Hello, welcome to another episode of Occult Chat. I'm your host, Alex Harper, and I'm joined as always by Hope and Cooper. Hey guys, I hope
Hello.
you're in the mood for a good old-fashioned witch hunt, because that's what we've got in store for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A good old-fashioned witch hunt. We have received several responses, nearly 20 responses in for our request to determine who cursed Cooper. Right, that is the subject of tonight's episode. As you know, we are going on the witch hunt to determine who it is. Now, we are going to present this in a neutral manner. However, it will soon become clear that I am extraordinarily biased in this case. And so I'm just going to admit that up front. I think I know who it is. And we're getting some things in the chat. Olive says, I've never been involved in a real witch hunt before. Well, welcome. No, it's glad to have you. I'm glad to have a newbie coming along. How are you guys? They got his hats. Oh no, yeah.
I just want to get to the
Yes.
bottom of who took Cooper's hat. I am feeling very indignant and
So
just want to put Cooper back to the way he was.
I want to restore your neutrality right away, Hope, because I know you're effectively our moderator for this episode. I chose not to wear the hat. The hat is still safe. The hat is in a good place. Some folks who are aware of some of the magics that I've been working lately might understand why, for this particular instance, I chose to present myself as me instead of the right and proper Witch King, who should always be seen with a witch's hat on. We are here to talk about not a posture of power or my own divinity. Let's talk about it. But we are here instead to talk about yours truly as a target of some kind of malice. So we're here to explore that. It's been a bit on my part. I will present my case of what has happened, why I believe what I believe. We will talk through that. But more importantly, we are asking you to join in and offer your perspective, your advice, your readings. Ideally, we will be taking call-ins. So if you want to be on the show, you can send
I
a
will post
chat
the
message,
link to
Twitter.
the stream on Twitter. So I will call into the stream. I'm posting it now. And so if you go to my profile, you'll see it if you want to join. And please, as we go, drop your suspicions of who you think it is in the chat, and we will try and keep a tally of all of those. Someone asked, "Are you okay, Cooper?" Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I mean, he's the Witch King, right? I mean, yeah, he's used to this kind of thing. He's a professional, okay? He deals with this kind of thing all the time. There's no reason for alarm, all right? It's just, sometimes
alarmed, but we do want you to be motivated in helping us to determine who the suspect is. So for that purpose, Cooper does need our help as Occult Chat to get to the bottom of this. And yeah, I'll be the moderator because I have the least amount of bias. I have been the least affected by this curse, for which should in and of itself probably be a piece of evidence. But we will be trying our best, or I will be trying my best to maintain a neutral and objective stance as much as I can, because I am involved with the co-hosts as friends and co-hosts.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that the white thing with Cooper is it's giving too much altar boy for me to take it seriously.
It's actually quite fitting. I like it. I like the look, Cooper, honestly. I think you should do it more often. Looks great with the black background.
Again, if you've been watching me for some weird reason, you've seen me naked in this robe a lot lately. So it's a great view. Love it for my neighbors. And I'm glad to bring it to Occult Chat. This is my payment in advance for your help in this case. So thank you all. I might give a nip slip at one point. That wasn't it. They're down here.
Okay, guys, so strap in for this one. This one is going to be a doozy. So, as we know, the episode title is "Who Cursed Cooper?" So let's get right into it. So, the first thing that we should obviously acknowledge here is that all of us could be like, psychotic, delusional weirdo freaks
100%.
that are making all of this up and are really just, doing the mental version of like wanking on like all day, right? It's like gooning, the kids say, right?
Right.
So it could be that. It could be that. But we also have to take into consideration that we're not crazy lunatics and that magic is real and that there could be something going on here. So we want to first talk about what happened and like what evidence we have that you're even cursed, because a lot of people, including Brazetta Stone and a few other regular viewers, were commenting on the post and were saying, how do we know, how did Cooper even find out he was cursed, right? Which is an interesting question. It's a question that we should answer, and that's the first question we're going to answer, is like, how did we even come to suspect that some kind of magic attack or curse was happening, right? So we do have suspects in mind, as I pointed out, as I said originally, especially me, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes on. And also, we don't want to, like, basically, even though this is a witch hunt, we don't actually want to stir up any harassment, and we don't want you guys to do anything to this person, right? Like, whoever
Yes.
is revealed to be the person casting the curse, do not take revenge on our behalf. Do not attempt to curse them. Do not harass them. Do not send them messages. Do not do any of that. Where this is not a platform to try and gin up some kind of harassment campaign. It's not about that. It's an opportunity to take a look at a real life, kind of occult forensic view of the crime scene of the magic war, right? At least that's how I'm looking at it. What do you guys think?
I think that's definitely
100%.
fair. For my own
Yeah.
purposes, oh, sorry to railroad you here. I am particularly that truth bit is the important part, right? So with magic, knowing the name of someone who's done something to you is very, 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 very important. I don't need your help to deal with the whomever we find, and if you confirm what we think, great. If you don't agree with us, even better, right? I would love to be corrected here because, like I said, you all don't need to worry about it. What we need your help with is actually finding this person and ideally putting it to as many people as possible and seeing what they get up with. Olive says a great question. What if the person goes after us? I promise you, my friend, after to what I wouldn't be worried. But that's
Yeah,
a
I
fair
don't
question.
think that they are going to be able to, like, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. If anything, they're after Cooper, and then to a secondary extent, the show and the people involved in the show, right? It seems to be Cooper the most, me the second, to help kind of not really. She's only kind of tangentially affected, like when the show itself gets affected. So that seems to be the pattern that we're going to lay out. So yeah, I don't think you have anything to worry about that. Now, before we go any further with this, I wanted to acknowledge that, of course, the prime suspect, number one, is me,
Yeah.
Alex Harper. People all said that they thought I did it. Right? It says, someone says, "Was it you? And did you just lightly curse him for the bit?" Another person says, "I think you cursed Cooper." Right? And then another person says, "You." Right? So that's 3 votes for me, which is actually, we'll get to the votes later. But I'm actually number 2
You
in
are
the
indeed.
most voted as to have cursed Cooper. So it could be me. This could be an inside job. This could be like Magic 9/11, right? You have to keep your ears open and mind open to all possibilities, right? Now, additionally, we should also mention that Hope is not even above suspicion.
Mm-mm.
Hope got a vote in
One
this.
vote.
Hope got one vote. So, not even Hope is above suspicion in this witch hunt, right? So, we're putting that out there. We're leading with that. So, if we break our legs next week, can we claim free Jupiter coins? Oh man, if you break your legs next week, yeah, just message me. I'll do some magic for you. Right? Someone says, "What? Hope could never."
I mean, she has been training in Reiki, and in theory, you could use that to cause harm. So, I'm just saying.
I mean,
Yeah,
and also
I
she's
have
my
done.
girl. Go ahead.
I will say, in the context of this, full transparency, it does be your own co-hosts because the hee hee ha ha, as we will get to later in the show here, the grand irony of my perspective on this, who is probably the most biased of the trio. But Hope is the one who worked magic to get yours truly into this show,
That's
not
true.
me doing anything. So
You had
indeed,
already agreed to do the show.
well, half-heartedly, but I got real enthusiastic.
Half-hearted, but you still agreed. You know that the magicians, it doesn't
Absolutely.
matter how
I
half-hearted
understand that,
you agree.
but I'm saying she does her working like, oh, we really need some production guidance. And I'm like, the next day, I might as well just write a fucking production guide.
Yeah.
And kick it over unsolicited. So
that did happen. That
but
did
that's
happen.
not a curse. One might
That
argue
did
that's an
happen.
act of beneficia.
That's true. It wasn't a curse. I didn't do a curse on Cooper, and I was not actively pointing my spell at Cooper, but Cooper did get caught in the webs and become a part of the show, which I'm so happy about. And Alex
He
is
was
too.
already a part of the show. He just became more enthusiastic about the show.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's good. That's a good thing. I didn't say it was bad. I'm just saying maybe they picked up on that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on.
Yeah.
So, all right, Cooper, you're the witness here. So, I want to talk to you first about when you first realized you could be cursed, right? Set the stage for us. It's yours.
Yeah. So I would say I had been a bit suspicious starting kind of like mid to 2025, a little earlier. The idea entered my head, and I had been told by a couple people in my circle, hey, there is someone wandering around the kingdom, around your astral realm, whatever you want to talk about it as, who is pretending to be you. And they seem harmless, but this is a thing, and it's shown up a couple times. And I got this from 3 or 4 different people who I trusted enough to be like, okay, that's interesting. But wasn't really a huge concern until toward the end of last year, when a bunch of health problems started to really accelerate. A series of incredible bad luck. Certainly, again, to the evidence of is Cooper just crazy? Possibly. Bad things certainly happen, but things that were all but shoo-ins and like guaranteed, obvious, didn't happen. Series of odd misfortunes. Additionally, growing out of character, exhausted, tired, frustrated. And that largely, in my opinion, being a result of having this constant sense of needing to push boundaries. There is someone's watching me, all that good stuff. It's also worth noting it is a rough astrological year for me. We're not going to do the full chart reveal. We've done that on other episodes. We don't have the slide queued up. But it's a 10th house perfection year.
Charts. We didn't pull the charts actually.
Sorry about that.
So
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, well, our resident astrologers let me down, but I know occult chat. The rest of you did not.
We can pull the charts at the end if we want to look at them.
Yeah, but the point
Yeah,
is that they both did look at it at one point, and it ain't great. So there's that, but it also isn't this uncharacteristically tragic. And we'll walk through some of the details and specific here as we continue onward. But it wasn't really until, honestly, probably the last 2 months that I
that's been the
accepted that,
most
like,
intense.
yeah, that like starting the show, toward the end of last year, kicked off the intensity, and it got much, much worse. I would say like December-ish. And then I did a ritual with some folks. I think we talked about it a little bit, the Hunt Royale. And during that ritual, the reality of like, oh, it's not just these people like trying to fuck with me, and it's like a minor irritation I should ignore. This is serious maleficia that is affecting me more deeply than I thought. Through the course of that ritual, a number of things were revealed to me, and we will talk about that. And it was largely addressed. But that then led to this question of, okay, here's
Who
my
done it?
experience, and we need to find out who all is involved with this.
Yeah.
And
Should
by
we
the
go on
way,
to
to
the
the
next slide?
chat, if you guys have any questions regarding, the slides that we're presenting, or anything that is said, so that could help you determine your results from your
going on?
divination. Yeah, what's going on? Let us know, and we'll address it immediately.
Yeah. And okay, so let's move on to the next slide. So okay, I guess this is my slide. So all right, so basically, a lot of my difficulty recently can, I think, be chalked up to some astrological transits that I had that were frustrating. I had Saturn did a triple pass over my Mars. There's been some other things that were indicating distance and friction and having to like this uphill struggle. However, there was a thing where shortly after I started the show, I started to feel these suspicious things where I would feel tired and like just this malaise and this like feeling of not wanting to do anything at really suspicious times when I was like about to do work for the show, right? And had been feeling fine up until that day, but as soon as I start to put effort towards the show, I feel like terrible, right? I also saw these like holographic flies, right? Which is going to sound a little schizo talking about those, but if anyone's that's been doing magic for a while knows about these little messenger things people can send out, and it looks like a fly, but then it will disappear, and it's not a real fly. It's like a matrix fly or something. It's a program.
Kind of like a meteor going by, really small.
Yeah, and then I have these things, you call them sentries if you want, kind of set up that will give me kind of intuitive hits when someone's probing me or someone's trying to attack me or something like that. And so I had that intuitive sense. And then there's all these increased technical issues that were happening streaming. And so as far as the circumstances of the curse, like these, it seemed to be around the show. Now, another thing that I didn't put on the slide that I'm decided that I'm going to mention is that, so as many of you may know, I'm not just an astrologer, I'm also a lawyer, and I own my own business, and me and my business partner decided to do some magic together to help the law business. And I ended up burning my finger when I was doing that ritual pretty badly, to where it was like the tip of my finger was like black and brown. There's actually still, you can see some of the injury to the nail bed that I have. I don't think you can see it on here, but basically it was my fingertip was black and brown from how bad it was burned. It was just because I didn't take it out of the I didn't stop. I didn't take it out of the fire. I just like took the hit because
So
I'm
Alex,
real like that. I'm a real magician. But
So, Alex,
basically,
are you saying that you were doing a ritual to help your business,
yes, I
and
was doing a
during the
magic
process
ritual.
you burned your finger?
Yes, during the process, I burned my finger, which was a clue to me that someone had attempted to bind my magic power in some way or try and put a roadblock to blow it up in my face, right? Because basically what happened is I tried to do a ritual to exert my magic will, and then I blow back, right? So I was like, all right, someone set up some kind of blockage. It's like if you've got, remember Batman has like the Bat Cave, and he's like the car shoots out of the tunnel, right? It's like someone had put up roadblocks, right? Right there. So it's like
Do,
very suspicious that you would
do
have that
you
problem. I've never had that problem unless I've been in some kind of magic war, right? So that was the clue that I had gotten some kind of secondary curse from this, was when I tried to do magic and it blew up and I burned myself.
so do you also want to share what happened on the last day of your trip with me?
Um, we'll get to that later. Let's talk about that
Okay.
later.
So let's
Yeah.
answer Rosetta Stone's question, which is, how far back did you start feeling this?
For myself, I would say August 2025 was
August
when
2025?
the intensification took place.
Okay. Okay. And what about you, Alex?
So I didn't start noticing this until after we had done like a couple of episodes of the show. Like maybe after episode 3 is when I started to feel it. So I can't remember when that was, but that was approximately when I started to feel like interference magically.
Maybe like late November, early December, which is
Yeah,
when I started.
around then. Yes, exactly.
Okay. And then another comment that we have is, so someone close to you, both enough, so someone close to you both enough to know how you did magic. So someone who would know how you
Yes,
do your specific
Yeah.
techniques.
you're on the
Or at the
right
very
track.
least, someone who would have a reason to target the both of us. And as we'll get to in the second evidence presentation phase, yes, you're on the right train of thought here. It's someone who knows both of us very, very, very well in that context.
Okay, so moving on to
Oh,
the
Olive
next.
has a
Oh,
question as well.
let's go back then.
Yeah. So
Uh,
how do you think the
I don't even
Hunt
know why
Royale ties into this?
I prompted a question I'm not going to answer right now. We will answer this in the second phase, though,
Okay.
because we're trying to, again, present this as neutrally as possible. The question we're really asking here in this first phase is there even a curse? Or is this just sometimes life fucking sucks, and it sucks for magicians too, right? Like, I am fully aware of that and completely acknowledge that may full well just be this. We are laying out why we believe it is indeed a magical act. And that's what we will then ask you guys to weigh in on. In the second half, we're going to start to get a little bit more specific about suspects and who we think that would be. But first, we do need to establish the idea that an attack actually happened.
Yeah, Olives, you're a few steps ahead of us right now. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. All right, harm to guests. So one of our guests that we had been talking to have on the show was pressured into not appearing. They had heard some things and had decided not to show up, which was a real shame. Another guest seemed to have caught wind of the Malefica that was happening to the show, because at first they had enthusiastically agreed to come on the show, and we actually had wrote up a whole episode. We were really excited to have them on, and they were as well. But as soon as we announced their appearance, they had essentially told us that they weren't going to be appearing anymore. And they did have their reasons, which were very, very reasonable, which was just that they were very overwhelmed, that they had a lot going on right now, including health problems, and work was just really busy. And to be fair, there was a eclipse happening, or not an eclipse, but a really, really bad transit happening really close to this time period for them. So that could have been the case, but it is suspicious that they pulled out as soon as we publicly announced that they would be on the show. And then we've had a number of guests that had just random issues occur, whether it was being locked out of their office, experiencing technical issues, and then experiencing some sort of
this guest we've
conflict.
got on here now, she got sick the first time.
Yeah.
And then when she
Yeah, I know.
rescheduled for us, she still had problems. She got locked out of her office, had to call in on her phone, and couldn't have video as a result, was audio only. So, yeah. It was it was like several in a row. It was like the first person dropped out. Then there was another one that dropped out. And the thing we didn't mention about the shaman, Hope, is you had that strange dream about the shaman where, yeah, she was like dropping you off at your house, but not all the way. She was like a few blocks away. She wanted you to get out of the car anyway.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I totally forgot about that. So I actually had a dream where the shaman, I was just, I don't know, in some random neighborhood, and the shaman picked me up in her car and she was going to take me home, but she dropped me off a few blocks before my actual home. And this was before she dropped out too. This was, I don't even know how much time before it was, but it was definitely an omen. Yeah, and we did have the bad audio issue when Anaha was on. By the way, great guest. Great guest.
Anaha,
amazing.
cannot say enough good
amazing.
things about her. Definitely go follow her if you don't. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, cannot say enough good things about Anaha.
And to you hater bitches who tried to fuck with her. Wonderful, beautiful things
Seriously.
happened to her after the show. And our little debrief where we were like, hey, some Malefic shit might be going on. We're going to send some good juju your way. She did some good juju vibes her way. Wouldn't you know, shit went just fine. So you're pathetic and weak and couldn't accomplish anything. And I hope you get fucking punched.
You can't crush our dreams. You can't crush our dreams. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I said I wasn't going to have a blow up, and it was 30 minutes into the show.
So what's the verdict so far, guys? Do you think we are tripping? Do you think we're just like making all
do you
this
think we're
up?
schizoid?
Or are we schizo, lunatic, delusional freakoids, or is there something here? Do you think this is suspicious enough circumstances? Which, keep in mind, there's even more suspicious circumstances. You haven't heard my second segment yet, which is going to blow the lid off of everything.
Yeah, so grab your tarot cards, grab your runes, grab whatever
What do you guys think?
Divination. If you guys want to participate, let us know. And yeah, let us know what you think in the chat, because we really want to know whether we are just being paranoid, schizoid witches.
Someone says, Rosetta says, holy shit, I was on the show in January. I got extremely sick the day of and I couldn't taste much for a week. I mean,
that's not good.
Well, that was the Astro Live show. That wasn't actually a cult chat. So I don't know. Wasn't technically the same show. But I don't know. All right, Quincy is going to pull some cards. Thank you, Quince.
Thank you, Quincy. Hyped Up on Coffee says it's possible. Olive says, I think something deaf happened, but they were good at concealing it. From parenthesis, pulled High Priestess. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting yes. There was some working done and that they felt slighted. I'm also sensing some jealousy around money / prestige. Interesting. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, because we are magicians and we have an irrational will, we don't actually care if you think we're crazy or not, right? Like this is just for your benefit, really.
I do. Kinda.
Okay, Cooper does.
I am crazy, but in this specific context, I care about your opinion in this.
Well, we want to know. Yeah, we want to know your opinion. All right, we're losing people.
All right.
All right, let's move on. Let's. So, what's next?
Well, I was going to say, we can keep going. And please keep posting your results.
Here, let's
Quincy
post
shared.
Quincy's. Yeah. So I pulled one each from 3 decks. I got Queen of Cups, the Chariot, and the Emperor. Okay.
Olive says, I think it was more than one person as well. Yes. Yes, we agree.
Did we say that yet? No, right?
No.
Okay, but
No,
Olive's is
but
figuring that out.
Okay. So, basically, our investigation kind of started where, we started having problems with the show. And we're like, is the show cursed? Right. And so I decided that what I was going to do is I was going to enchant the show itself to where basically any kind of spite or hateful energy directed towards it gets reconfigured as fuel, right, for the show and propels it forward, which had mixed results, right? And then Cooper, you also tried something.
Who is a vengeful Cancer on Twitter? I wonder who's a vengeful fucking anyway.
Emperors, the Emperor is an Aries too, by the way. So it's Cancer and Aries. Chariot is Mercury ruled, right? So what is that, Gemini?
I believe that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so there's some Cancer, Gemini, Aries energies coming through, and Quincy.
Quincy,
you are fucking good. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder how this show's gonna go.
So Cooper, you've got here that you tried to bait people, which you did not tell me until recently.
Yeah, why would I tell you that?
Yeah,
because
of course. Why would you tell me that? You shouldn't. Yeah,
right. Because I've said it in multiple.
If I was going to do that, I wouldn't tell anybody else.
Meow 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 meow.
Ooh. I pulled the Empress reverse 3 times. Okay, you guys gotta wait. Gotta wait.
You all really want to see some skin tonight? Okay, hello. I'll pull the
Wait, we gotta hide the comment. There we go.
Uh-oh.
There we go, Cooper. Strut your stuff.
Hi. You're not getting nips yet, but they are here and ready. This is I'm having a good night. So yes, the biggest problem that I had with this person, with this kind of attacker, is, as somebody noted, they were very subtle. It was very indirect. It wasn't enough for me to be like, this person is attacking me. It was, this person is trying to bait me into doing something. And so I was a bit more like, let's just hold back. Oh, God. I'm going to quickly run out of layers to take off. Let me put the hood back on. I gave you both shoulders. That was crazy. You just get one shoulder.
Quincy, of course it's a woman. Who else? I mean, I feel like in order to get a man to do this, to do a curse against you, you've got to get him really worked up. It's got to be some kind of like ongoing thing. It's like, or unless they're like extremely just bitch made and like passive aggressive men, then yes, they'll do this kind of shit. But yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So anyway,
there's my toxic masculinity coming in. It's okay. I used to be a tranny, right?
That's Alex's excuse for everything.
I do not
Alex
support
says
that
some
statement.
Sexist shit. He's always like, "Well, I used to be a tranny."
Yeah, but you changed back, buddy, and it doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, you don't have your tranny armor anymore. You are now just
you can't say that word.
Male. I can't either. Is that
not with the Y at the end? Trans is okay. That other
Why?
part, you're gonna get us canceled because
Oh my
Oh, I'm
God,
sorry.
sorry. Oh my God, sorry. Clifford Lowe. Shout out to Clifford Lowe for being a fucking weirdo.
who's Clifford Lowe?
Who's Clifford
Oh, is
Lowe?
that Cliff?
He's the guy that always rents a suite at Norwalk and sits there on the couch and tries to like just ask people a bunch of like invasive questions whenever anyone comes into his suite. And he's like bald and he's been doing magic for like 20 years. He's not very good at it. And yeah, I'm massively talking shit about him now. So hi, Clifford, if you're watching.
Someone send me his
You're
ad.
not.
I think I know who you're talking about, and if it's who I think you're talking about, not an unreasonable suspect.
Oh, I know him. I just looked him up right now.
I hope it's not who Google pulled up.
No, it's
Guys, it's dark woke era. Who cares?
True, you're not wrong.
look, I've always said the worst things imaginable, and I always
True.
will, right? You guys, like, I believe it or not, I am actually toning it down for you guys. Like, if
Alex is
you
holding it down.
like,
He
so you
We
have
have
no
both
idea
explicitly
how
had separate
much
diluted
conversations with
the
him to
version you're
ask him to tone
getting
it down.
of me is.
Cooper's.
Really.
I mean, Alex is much darker in person. Also,
I'm
also
actually much
kind,
nicer.
also very kind. Cooper, I can see Cooper. I bet you are nicer in person.
Mhm.
We haven't met in person yet, but I always have a vision of us hanging out.
Is this? I remember someone saying to one of Alex's stream posts, "This man is a danger to any and all communities," and it's been one of
Oh
my
my
favorite things
gosh.
to say since.
So okay, so I just need to say something about Alex as his girlfriend. Is he seems much more dangerous than he actually is. Like, I know he says crazy shit online, and I know he's a little bit has an unsettling aura about him, but he's actually really, really kind and actually means no harm. You would be surprised by how little he actually gives a shit about things that are said online or done online. So I've been with you for about over a year now, and I've come to realize, like, oh, Alex is actually a really good guy.
Yeah,
Who
yeah, yeah.
seems dangerous because you got Scorpio, you're a Scorpio rising with Pluto on the ascendant, but at the end of the day, you're a Leo moon with Ketu on with conjunct Ketu. You don't really give a shit, and you're actually really warm. And I think people sense that. I think that's why people like you. It's that like twist, in your charm.
Layers.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it was after I get rejection
I
from this program and my family, who are also
Yeah.
magically inclined. Two family members approached me separately and were like, "I think you might be cursed." Just wondering if that's a
Which is
possibility. And I
crazy,
was like,
by the way.
"Yeah,
For your family to tell
okay,
you that,
huh?"
it's pretty
Yeah,
crazy for your family to tell you that. Like, because they've seen
especially
you
because they
through all the different eras of your life.
really don't fuck with magic. Like not like I do. They are aware of it, but keep it at a distance. Where I am the family member who's jumped right in. So for them to even want to talk about the darker side of magic is unusual. And they both communicated that to me separate of one another. So that was pretty
Oh,
compelling.
interesting.
That at that point I was like, oh, okay, I have to take this seriously now.
And when was that, Cooper?
Mm, January.
Of this year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
okay.
All right. Good to note.
We should wrap this up and move on to the next one because we're
Yeah.
already we got a while to go. So
Yeah.
one of the last things here is that Cooper gets rejected from a program because of his previous remarks about Donald Trump. He just went through explaining that. Let's go on. And so Cooper also here. All right, so this is where we may lose people because we're starting to talk about stuff that's like extra sensory perception at this point. But you're able to identify spells on you. Now, I know what you mean when you say that,
Yeah.
but the audience may not. And really, what it is it's like this kind of somatic, energetic sense that you get. And if you've ever done any work, even with your chakras or trying to psychically interrogate different parts of your body using your uh, psychic sight or your consciousness, you may get a sense of like the sense organ we're using to perceive these things, right? It's the same eyes with which you might view the astral realm, or with which you may view your chakras and things like this. I mean, what would you say, Cooper?
Yeah, I mean that's more or less right. So the particular technique I use diagnostically is aligned with the chakras. So you go one by one and you isolate it, examine it, then connect the flow and examine it, and then stress test it and examine it, and you go through and basically you're looking for anything that's not working correctly. Um, the spells, like hexes, are more obvious because you can see the will lingers in it. But a curse, if particularly a well done curse, will look like a part of you, and so that's why this very like almost scientific approach of like, okay, we're going to test it over and over and over again and see what happens, is how I worked out that it is indeed a curse and not just like a hex or someone just trying to be a dick, right? The three of the spells were of that nature, of that weaker.
So let's go into that though, because the difference between a curse and a hex, I feel like people are gonna
Yes.
have questions about that. So he's talking about. So I mean, let me try a stab at it, and then you tell me what you think, Cooper, of my definition of
Aye,
the
aye.
difference between a curse and a hex. So I would say that the difference between a curse and a hex is that with a hex, it's kind of like going in straight, right? So you are sending this malefic energy to this other person. You are creating this spell that has these conditions that causes something to happen to the other person. With a curse, you are actually taking a spirit that already exists, whether it's that person's spirit or some other spirit around them, and you're actually imbuing it and changing it with a curse, with a bad intention. And so it's like taking a spirit that already exists and like reprogramming it, right? So if we're using the
Hmm.
computer program metaphor, a hex is like a DDoS attack, right? Where you're sending a bunch of requests to the server to try and
Brute force.
overwhelm it and get it to time out. Whereas a curse is more like a Trojan horse virus, where it gets installed in the enemy computer and then can then replicate and take over and blend in and become a part of the host machine. And so I would say that the difference between hexing and cursing in like a cyber security metaphor framework would be the difference between trying to cause some kind of server blackout or server overwhelm DDoS attack versus trying to do some kind of remote administration control takeover using a Trojan horse type virus. Right? That would be like the easiest comparison I would have for hexes and curses. But interesting to see what you think about that, guys.
I would agree with that. That's pretty much 10 out of 10. Maybe the metaphor I would use that is a little simpler because it's more like directly violent. A hex is like throwing a punch, right? A curse is hiring an assassin. Um,
I like that. That's
Even
good.
when your curse isn't, you might not be invoking a particular spirit, you're creating an elemental spirit that is the curse, right? That is literally what a cursed spirit is. But
Hmm.
there are more powerful
Interesting.
forms of curses where you can take, to Alex's point, a greater spirit or something that is actually powerful and send it directly to cause harm to someone or bend its purpose to cause harm to someone. That is right. So the scary part of a curse is the attacker themselves is removed from the incident. So it's between the target and themselves, effectively, or that
Yeah.
spirit.
It would be like if I went and found a dog and injected it with some substance that made it a rabid dog and programmed to seek out and bite Cooper, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a curse, right? Like it's like
Okay.
now there's this rabid attack dog after Cooper because I've changed it to be this way, right?
Mm. Okay.
Which I may have because I am one of the prime suspects in this case. Don't forget. People are
Absolutely.
suspicious of me. You guys should be suspicious of me. I would be insulted if you weren't, honestly.
I will
Are you ready to
say,
move on?
Sure.
Yes.
So I reached out to some folks in my own circle. It isn't like I don't practice with other people. I'm not the Witch King just because I think highly of myself. There are other folks. So I reached out to people who had a particular interest in this. One of which is someone who is like quite literally his magical duty, obligation, whatever, is protecting me. So I went to him first and was like, "Hey, been cursed. What's going on? Give me your best shot." His reading focused primarily on two figures, which are described here. So the first is a female figure with a belladonna flower who is feigning innocence, and that is why I'm dressed this way. For the record, that is how he saw this person. Is like they are.
I could be the female belladonna feigning innocence. It could be me.
For what it's worth, in the working where I identified the cursing, I straight up did ask if Alex and or Hope were involved and got a no on that. So I'm fairly confident it's not him.
Yay!
But it's
You
possible.
already suspected me of going after you once, and you cleared me.
Yeah, and I cleared you a second time. Like I said, people, in that episode, I don't trust magicians because I know who we are. I'm not
Yeah, I
saying
don't trust any of you guys either. Fuck
As
all.
you should
What?
not.
Oh, come on. What about
That's
me?
now.
Well,
Trusting her
I
is different
mean,
than trusting me.
we're together. That's different.
I trust both of you
Also,
guys.
He's transitioning again.
the comeback.
Okay.
So the important part of
Continue.
the feedback given is the second element, that the magician who's actually casting this curse is not the person who is leading the charge, right? The female figure has petitioned this male figure to attack me on her behalf. And he believes he is exposing some light of truth, right? He's going to force me to confess and show my ass. The other three spells are much weaker, and in my estimation, are coming then from weaker
One's around your throat because they did the same shit to me. That one's around the throat where like they're barely even there. You could like just
exactly
like slough them off.
And they were primarily so it was the first one was a binding attempt, lol. The second one was a little bit more serious, which was an illusion spell, hiding, right? They're trying to obfuscate themselves. And then the other one being a spell to prevent me from being able to find them. Fair enough. How'd that work out for you? Well, we'll talk about it later. Anyway, so I go to another reader in that same circle, and he does a tarot card reading, and particularly the focus there is like the inverted emperor. Is it on her profile right now? Can I say that? Am I allowed? I don't know. Yes, say what you want. This is an open court as far as I'm
This
concerned.
is a completely open court. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's us.
Accusation
You guys can say whatever you want. It's us.
Yeah. So, particularly, again, another reading from that same circle of practitioners emphasizes like separate readings, mind you. These are separate people, but they are interconnected, and that will be relevant later on. Focuses on that they're trying to get me to do something. They're trying to do something that I'm going to cause harm, right? They want me to attack. Another member of this circle who is related to the cursed spirit is having nightmares, particularly around the time that I'm doing the dismissal of the curse. Both my mother and my sister separately, as I mentioned, who are both. So I talked about my family's magic in another episode. The men tend to have clairvoyance, see the future. Women have the spirit sight. Both my mother and sister separately approached me and were like, "Hey,
The Witch King episode, by the way.
it's a great episode. Go check it." Both of them were like, "Hey, think you might be cursed." So another of the kings, one of the 4 kings of the crown, my equivalents, my equals within, I guess, the religion, the cult, also reaches out and is like, "Hey, something's wrong with you. What's going on? How can I help?" So that was, this was all around kind of right after I'm like, okay, there might be a curse. And then it starts to stumble in, and I'm not stupid enough to ignore the universe. You've got a whole bunch of people randomly, separately coming to you and saying someone's done something to you. Probably.
And then, yeah, even I started saying it to you.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, it's just, it's one of the things that surprises me, because it's like, why would you try and curse Cooper? I mean, as a magician, Cooper is the last person I would try and start shit with, because I know that he is like
100%.
psycho enough to like take it to the extreme, like as far as it can possibly go. And so it's like, it's like, why, if I see that someone is packing like, you know, like 45 Magnum Desert Eagle, like, you know, the highest test load, why would I challenge them to a gunfight? You know? So someone says, actually, when I asked how the curse could be lifted, I pulled the Hierophant reverse and 7 of Wands reverse, so it makes sense for the focus on focusing action against them. Okay. Yeah. All the submissions we're going to get to soon. So anyone that submitted a guess, we're going to get to that soon. Can we move on from the slide, Cooper? Are we done here?
Yeah, no, we're good.
All right. So moving on. All right. So
this is
have
when
we
things
talked
start to
about the smoke ritual yet?
No. So this is kind of the
but
preface.
not,
Well, on other episodes, but not tonight,
Yes.
right? So
not tonight.
Yeah.
So this is when we start to reveal kind of where I start to come up with my suspect list, right? So it's the 17th of February that I do this ritual, and the banishment ritual. So Naked Cooper outside, we're doing all of our good fiery magics. Dancing around the fire pit in the snow, isn't that lovely and spooky? So all of that goes incredibly well, and I get to the final dismissal, and I recognize that I know this spirit. I am deeply and intimately familiar with it, which is why I have been ignoring it, and why I took the approach to dealing with this that I took. Olive's pull is fitting. It was a spirit that I had created in a ritual with people in October of 2024. So there were 7 people who signed up for this ritual, and essentially the idea was I was going to haunt you. The haunting was more so that you could actually experience a spirit and, I don't know, how do I say it lovingly, actually engage with magic. The creating the spirit ritual was kind of its own side bit, and I thought it would be fun to bring 7 people in and add to the characteristics of it. It wasn't that great. Went wonderfully for the most part. 2 of the participants kind of had a rough response to it. One of them never even bothered showing up. The other afterwards came away pretty terrified, and apparently to this day remains a bit afraid of me. Fair enough, I guess. But it was that spirit from that ritual that I sensed, and at the dismissal, naturally the spirit was furious because it is a very gentle and kind spirit in its proper nature. It's literally a spirit of gathering smoke, like the idea of how a campfire brings people together. The smell of smoked foods draws people from afar, like the passing a blunt, right? Like this idea of how smoke can be this unifying communicative power. That was the concept behind the spirit, and then it is bent and twisted into something that is literally choking me out.
Yes.
But also driving me away from people, pushing me away from them, feeding my own self-doubt, and causing me to stumble and make a whole lot of fails. So deal with the spirit.
Just to
So
clarify, Cooper, just to make sure that we and the audience understand what you're saying. What you're saying is that you were doing a banishing ritual, and towards the end of it, you caught wind that the you were doing the banishing ritual because you suspected that you were cursed, right?
Yes. Yeah, it was an
So
effort to remove the curse.
yeah, so in an effort to remove the curse that you thought you had, you were doing a ritual, and by the end of it, you essentially caught wind of the fact that the thing that you're trying to banish was a spirit that you were already quite familiar with. And the spirit that
Yes.
you're talking about is a spirit that you had conjured with others, 7 other people, and it was meant to be a spirit that gathers and fosters some sense of community or unity, and it became very upset because
yeah,
this spirit that was used against you was essentially twisted to be to hurt you when in fact you were a part of its creation.
So two caveats there. So the one part I would clarify is that it isn't that we conjured it; it's that we created it. So it
Created
is a
it, right?
spirit that did not exist prior to the ritual. So the only way anyone's using this spirit is because they know about it from the ritual.
Okay.
Um, and then the
now,
other part that is a slight correction, but otherwise everything is right, is that the spirit is upset not necessarily because it was sent against me, but because its nature was twisted. So rather than being a thing that gathers and unites and connects, it was meant to be a thing that obfuscates, hides, and pushes away.
yeah, they
Okay.
took a spirit of gathering and turned it into a spirit of repulsion. And uh, listeners of Occult Chat that are, obsessed fans will know that we've talked about this in the past. And this was actually a situation where two of the people involved in the ritual who didn't even bother to read the contract the one-page contract that they were sent before this that would tell them what would happen, that this spirit would haunt them unless they could figure out its name. Uh, they reached out to me to try and get me to convince Cooper to let them out of it. And I did, and it caused a thing between Cooper and I for a while. And then we had this whole thing where we're in each other's dreams and all of this. And then you realize that I wasn't trying to actually mess with you, that I just came on their behalf to ask you and then left it at that. But
So I think
yeah,
that we're all alluding to the fact
Mm.
that this spirit that we're talking about that's in question, the one that was used against Cooper, is was essentially created by a group of people in which two people in that
Two of the
group,
seven.
2 of the 7 wanted out and actually directly asked Alex, "Hey, we know you're friends with Cooper. Can you do something about this? We don't want to be a part of this. This is spooky magic. This is
But
real. I'm freaking out."
also, not a one of these bitches came to me. Let's just
Yeah.
underscore that.
Yeah.
They went
yeah,
to
no
another
one
magician to intimidate
actually,
me into
yeah.
ending my own ritual. Maybe they can't read. I can. One of them
Yeah, they
can. The other
didn't read
one.
the contract. I
It
mean,
was
should I
one
say
page.
who? It was
No.
one page. Says they are
So
trying to play magical chess and they are too foolish to realize the magnitude of what they've done, or rather the potential harm that could have been wrought upon them. You know the options before, and you should be mindful of whether the choice is representative of who you claim to be when confronted with magical conflict.
I agree. I fully fucking agree.
can't
Beautiful
have
and
nice things.
correct. Is this why IMM doesn't do courses anymore? Is also a good question. And yes, that is why.
The thing
It's a big
that
part of it.
makes it is a lot of people can't read, so you're not completely off here. It's totally
If you
possible.
can't read, you can't be a magician. Sorry. You
Yeah.
need to be able to fucking read. Ideally, multiple languages, but for sure one.
Bam Bam says, "Do you need to bring a sledgehammer to get rid of an ant?" It's a good question. It's a good
We'll
question.
talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
All right, here's my investigation. So this is how I knew something was going on, right? So I told the story before of how I tried to do the magic with my business partner and my hand was burnt, right? That was my first clue. Someone was messing with me. Uh, the second clue someone was messing with me was that I did reversal magic, right? And things became way better. All of a sudden, all my tweets started going viral and I started getting hundreds of followers when I'd been stagnant kind of for months.
Yeah, that's pretty
Uh,
crazy, actually.
the business started getting a bunch of calls.
Yeah.
Things started happening, and then I felt this other attack come on shortly after I did the reversal magic, which prompted more reversal magic from me. But after I did the first set of magic, I set up a spell, right? And the spell was that anyone that attempted to trip my magic defenses or do any magic against me, there would be an unmistakable sign left behind, right? And these are like sentry spells that I do. So I set these up, and then the day that I noticed things coming back and starting to be wonky again after I did the reversal magic, I go and log on to my computer and I open up astrology software called SolarFire, right? Now, usually when you open up SolarFire, what happens is you get a chart of the moment that you opened the program, right? That's how the program normally works, is that as soon as you open it, it displays a chart of the current moment.
Yeah.
When
And just to be clear, it doesn't display the chart of a person. It
yeah,
displays a transit chart,
it
but this is
displays a
what you got.
transit chart.
Yeah.
But when I opened up the program, it displayed the chart of Empress Atlantis, who I had not looked up for months. I had not opened her chart on this software for months, but yet, after I set the centuries, I get this glitch. Now, when I opened this program, after it showed her chart there, I could not get it to close. The program was frozen. I had to do the Control Alt Delete and manually kill Solar
The
Fire
first kill
process
option.
in order to get the program to close. And her chart was emblazoned on that. And this is something I'm specifically in. This computer's name is Mercurius, and I've enchanted this as a magic computer, and I've enchanted it to receive signals from spirits. All right, so um, this is what convinced me that someone was after, because I've never ever had Solar Fire do this glitch before. Never experienced it in all my years of using Solar Fire. Right.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Now, if I go back now, once I did the reversal magic and they came at me again, I was like ready. So I was in kind of like, astral vision mode, and I could see the spells they were doing on me, and I was able to undo them. I made a talisman specifically for this, and it worked beautifully. I can now sell the Mars talismans because I've tested them in a real Malefica war, and they were successful. And so I made them, I don't know, 8 months ago, 6 months ago, something like this. And now I finally know they work. So that was cool. That was something positive coming out of this. Now, when I did the trace back of like who was involved, I got a sense there was a man and a woman and then a third woman. Now, the one that's leading the charge, my suspicion is it's Nicole, right? Because she pops up with this insane solar fire glitch. And I feel like she's gotten two other people to so it says Alex, I broke my legs just now. Can I have one? Okay, yeah. If you want to, yes, you can have a Jupiter talisman. Sorry, I will send you.
Send the proof.
Send me your address. I'll mail you a Jupiter talisman. There's still a few left. So I have some suspicions about who might be helping her, but I'm not going to say them publicly. But I will find you in the astral, motherfuckers. Like, do not, like, I don't know why you guys insist on fucking with
You're
me.
jumping ahead, Alex.
Yeah, you're jumping ahead, Alex.
I'm sorry. I told you this was going to happen.
I
know. We all knew. Listen, we all knew this was going to happen. It's okay. It's okay. We just gotta.
I just thought you might make it a little further.
I didn't actually. I'm surprised Alex made it this far. To be perfectly frank,
I'm just saying this was a key part of my investigation. Yes, it
was.
My wards being tripped, because this is how I know
on the nose,
right? Yeah. Now, Hope also did an investigation. So
yeah,
let's hear from Hope, right? She was more or less unaffected by most of this magic, aside from like feeling tired before the shows or feeling disinterested after being previously excited about the shows. I don't think you've really experienced a whole lot of direct effects from the magic, right?
Yeah, no, it's hard to say whether any malaise or anxieties that I was experiencing was a result of a curse or whether it was a result of my own, just kind of being your own, just being your worst enemy and also being the victim of astrological transit. So it's hard to say, but I don't think I was really affected by any sort of curse because we've actually done some like hex breaking magics recently, and I didn't really feel much of a purge effect. So I'm thinking that if there was anything on me, it was really just residual. So I really came into this with an unbiased perspective. Aquarius moon, resident Aquarius moon. So I have it goes against my nature to be super passionate really about anything. So I really went into this tarot reading that I did recently with a unbiased opinion. And so I asked a few questions. One being, was Cooper attacked? Was this attack the cause of the ailment and the misfortune that he's been experiencing? And the answer was he wasn't the single target. He wasn't single-handedly targeted, but he was actually part of a group that was targeted. And then some topics of healing personal wounds, giving up on a project, and choosing the traditional route really came in. I don't know if that had something to do with Cooper, if that's something to do with Alex, if that's something to do with me. But I would say that this does kind of like, this could also be about the assailant, right? But I think that the message that was coming through in this specific spread was that it might have been what made us more vulnerable for some reason. The next question was, what is the motivation? So I had two interpretations for this. One was that Cooper became vulnerable because he lost some hope. There was something that he was doing to seek fulfillment and he lost hope. Or the motivation of the suspect is that they were experiencing emotional hurt and going through some challenges that rendered them pessimistic and jaded. So the timeline that I got seemed to be within the last 11 months, or it was 11 months ago. And whatever sparked the inspiration for the curse seemed to have been public. Yeah, I was using an astrology oracle deck, and the 10th house showed up. So,
well, the thing is that we originally had this show announced for September 2025, which was 11 months after the smoke spirit ritual that Empress Atlantis was a part of.
She was a part of it.
Mentioned that yet, but
no, we haven't.
I thought we were going to get to that in the next part.
No, we haven't.
Spoiler alert, one of the two people was indeed Nicole.
Was Nicole. Yeah. And then the other thing that said here was that in terms of the motivations was that this person left a friend group. So I don't want to point fingers here, but we were all good friends at a point, and there was some shit that went down. Really stupid shit, if I'm gonna be completely honest here. And that seemed to be what showed up.
Yeah, we might get into that later. It depends
We
on how
might get
much
into it
tequila
later.
I drink.
Yeah, it really depends on how drunk we get. And the next question is, you have a lot more to go, Alex. I'm actually halfway done with my little bottle over here.
I did
So-
indeed make another pitcher of margaritas, but I'm
Okay.
grandly sober.
If you guys
That's
are
my
lucky,
story.
the drama. If you guys are lucky, the drama, the tea will spill.
I was gonna say about hour
Yeah,
two
I'm
and a half.
probably gonna get
Probably
fucked up
gonna start
enough
to get.
say whatever.
I know.
All
I
right.
think by the end of this, it might come out. We're not.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just stay
Anyways.
on,
Yeah.
and we'll embarrass ourselves like idiots.
Okay. So the next question
Okay.
was
Ringleader question.
Yes, the
so
last
the
question.
ringleader question was is this a group of people? So I got yes, it was 3 people, and the one of them was an older and intelligent figure of some note. I saw gray hair. The second was a dark witch. It was the high priestess in reverse, and then I got the sense that a Scorpio was involved because I got the moon card, and I felt like the 2 wolves were the 2 people I just mentioned, and then there was a scorpion. So I just felt like it was a Scorpio. And then it was who is a ringleader? So the cards, my interpretation of my spread was someone who uses pain and betrayal with ulterior motives. This person is naive and incapable of long-term planning. And it seems to be
I
an
don't know
Aries
who
or a
that could
Libra.
possibly describe. I don't
Alex,
know who that
we
could
are
possibly
It
It
Still
could be a lot of
neutral.
different people. It could be a lot of different people. We don't know, right? We don't know. It could be a Libra,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Could be a Libra, not an Aries.
Could be a Libra.
Could be a
All right.
Libra.
So there was one really in-depth reading we got from people. So we're gonna go over now what you guys submitted before the show. So this was the most in-depth reading we got. So we're gonna go over it first, and then we're gonna go over all the other responses, except for the people that voted for me and Hope. We already showed you guys. So if anyone is keeping track at home, the current vote tally is Alex Harper 3 votes, Hope 1 vote. So those are that's the current standings. All right, so this person said the identity of the person is 7 of spades
Oh, it
/
was
6
Sari.
of clubs / 2 of spades. Oh, this is you. Okay.
You know what? This was a good reading. Sorry.
Yeah, this is really good. Could refer to someone in despair. 6 of clubs signifies a student or maybe someone learning, maybe a coworker. 2 of spades signifies an argument. May have met this person during an initiation and telephone call. It's interesting you say that because when we were talking about the smoke spirit ritual, which remember Nicole / Empress Atlantis was part of, it was an initiation that did take place as a group phone call. Cooper, it sounds like you want to jump in here. You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, no, I know. But yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So why was the curse done? 7 of diamonds / 3 of hearts / 2 of hearts. Knight of swords, chariot, princess of wands. Feeling empowered by the people around them and a growing social circle to back them up, the reckless may have felt they needed to get ahead of the curve and throw the first punch. Yes, they are like George W. Bush or Donald Trump or any number of these preemptive strike people. Third message in this group is there's an essence of clairvoyance here, like they foresaw a conflict coming and tried to get ahead of it. I wonder if they might have been assisted by someone else. I try to probe their mind/aura, but it feels kind of shallow. Like there's a lot of emotional reasoning involved. Very polite way of calling someone an idiot.
So, in case we need to just emphasize this submission by Sari Berry was before any of our presentation was done. So this is completely disconnected from anything that we knew. So the fact that this person is saying this stuff by their own divination is quite compelling.
Yes, this actually came in last night. These messages were submitted last night before any of this.
Which is
So
the
and
whole
there's
point
no
of
way
why
this
we're
person
doing
would
it
have
this
known what we were thinking.
All right, so
Yes,
moving on.
exactly.
She also says, current situation, pure balance, 6. The need for deep balance or rebalancing in a magician's working or in connecting with the power of a root deity. Number 2, the relevant past, fate taker. The ending of an event, completion, or cycle of fate concluding. Number 3, trigger of the current situation, keeper of the abyss. A potential for destruction, reaching the zenith point from which there isn't any turning back. 4, what the situation gives you, limiter. A limitation or blockage, like Rock Lee throwing his weights off. What the situation takes from you, holder of light. This card depicts light returning to its divine source and returning to safety. In the context of this being taken from you, I suppose this is about not being able to lay to rest an event or an old path resurfacing to be dealt with again. So basically, victory in the current, but you might have to face this again. Jump it. Go ahead.
I also want to emphasize that holder of light imagery was also given to me from the one who is tasked to protect me. So,
wow.
The fact that it's this holder of light trying to take something from me and resurfacing old elements that may or may not be true, I got that from someone else as well.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, shout out to Sari for this amazing reading that was like very spot on. All right, so moving on from that, it says how the situation will unfold. Fate giver, a new cycle begins with a major new phase in life. Now, card 7, the conclusion, inspiration, regenerating the flow of inspiration and the return of creativity and healing. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like this reading gets really close to the elements of what's happened. Especially considering what people don't know and any, like there may or may not be any, things going on.
It fits. Olives, we didn't grab a screenshot of your reading. I apologize. I do have it. Alex, do you want me to read it or do you want me to send it to you?
Send it to me. I can put it up on the screen.
Okay.
So now we want to move on. This was a great reading, but we want to see who everyone else voted for.
2 thumbs up for Sari Berry.
Oh, wait. This is a fact.
So this is kind of reviewing the facts, but because we also want you guys to put in your right. That person didn't suggest someone directly.
Yeah, so she didn't actually name anyone. But so before we get to the people that actually named anyone, this is the final call for votes. Who do you think it is?
So do we want to walk through this though? Because this is
maybe this might not be the final call for votes. Actually, there'll be another call for votes later.
It's shortly after this.
Yeah, so let's keep going on this.
I was going to say we can jump ahead to the timeline even because it might help explain some of.
Well, why don't we just reiterate what's on here? Yeah. I'll just I'm sure like people are kind of dozing in and out. I'm sure there's at least 1 or 2 people that are Neptunian as fuck like me. So the facts as we know them. Number 1, Cooper and Alex and the show were under magical attack from the same source. Number 2, Hope was indirectly affected as part of the show, but specifically not a part of the other magical attacks. So it's important to note here that I wasn't as affected. Wonder why? Number 3, guests of the show were directly and indirectly pressured to leave the show / not attend only after being publicly announced, even with multiple weeks of enthusiasm and private confirmation ahead of time. So this really seems to be, I think it's really important to emphasize here that like the guests, one of the guests pulled out after we publicly announced that the show was happening, meaning
hours after. Yes,
hours after we publicly announced the show, which means that someone had to have. We're thinking that the suspect saw the announcement. Just putting that out there. Number 4, attacks intensified after the show started. So Cooper
So
had
there's going to be
feeling
more.
the inklings of it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, babe, but Quincy says the jury needs more evidence. There's more evidence. There's more damage.
I was
There's a
told to not include
gun
screenshots and private conversations
that
even though I wanted to.
I've been
Sorry.
prohibited from showing to you guys until the end. But
We
there
do
is a
have more
smoke-
evidence. Yeah,
there
we're
is
not
a
done yet,
smoking
guys.
gun.
We're still going. We're just kind of recapping what we've gone over so far. If it's taking too long, let us know and we'll just skip through it. But I suspect that there are some Neptunians watching the show like me and need to
All right.
recap. Yeah, I'll go quickly. 4,
Yeah.
attacks intensified after the show started. That's what Cooper said earlier, that Cooper had feeling the effects of a curse, but it intensified once the show started. 5, events in Cooper's life were not discussed on Twitter, and so they were unaffected by the curse, meaning someone on Twitter might be a suspect. It's pretty prime. Number 6, there are multiple attackers, not a singular ringleader. Number 7, the ringleader may not be directly cursing / leading the attack, but is indirectly or directly, but is directly requesting it. Number 8, last but not least, the offending has a nature related to smoke, and upon exorcism was furious at the caster, not at Cooper.
So moving forward, okay, so this is kind of the timeline. So run through this quickly. Cooper finishes the snaring smoke ritual in 2024. This is when they create the spirit that he eventually gets cursed with. Then in January, February 2025, Cooper begins to feel the first effects of some kind of Malefica. He has botched surgery in March of 2025. And Cooper rallies the SS group to create a magic to help Empress against the curses sent from Max. Yeah, we haven't gotten into that whole thing
Yeah,
yet.
on to the Max stuff. Yeah.
And then there's a serious effect starts to settle in May. Summer 2025, Empress leaves the group chat. August 2025, Alex first interviews Cooper for the Occult Chat Precursor show. October 2025, Occult Chat first goes live. Winter 2025, Alex falls out with Empress and begins to notice increased curse activity against himself in the show. January 2026. So I actually fell out with Empress more in September. But
yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what it was.
It was ridiculous. Yes, it is Astro by Max that we're talking about. Yeah. So so this is the rough timeline of things. Now, we'll kind of explain the Max thing. So basically, Max is this guy that's got beef with a lot of people.
Alex, can I interrupt you for a
No,
second?
let's wait. Yeah, let's wait. Let's continue the timeline.
Because the reason I want to interrupt is I wrote the timeline. So the reason I included this here is the snaring smoke spirit was specifically used in that magic for that purpose. And it's the spirit that then is related to the curse. So that is why these events are listed as they are, and the people are mentioned here.
Yes.
Because it was specifically that conflict.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was friends with Nicole. I mean, I'll get to eventually once I've had more tequila why we had a falling out, but um, yeah, I'm just not drunk enough yet. Okay.
We're not
All right.
far.
All
We're
right.
not
We've
far from
still got
that.
like 12 slides to go. Like Jesus fucking
Cheers.
Christ.
Well, there's a lot of evidence to present here.
Okay.
So
So
now we're turning this back over to you guys. We want your input before we actually present who we think the reasonable suspects are. And there are,
yeah,
for
this is before
obviously
I
we have
can go on
hinted
my
at one
like
of them.
kill
There
strike.
are other people.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
be like
It's not just
Solid
them.
Snake.
So we're gonna present this
And we've
back to
gotten
you
some of
guys.
these readings. Why don't we go back to some of the readings that we skipped over? Because we did get some results.
Well, so where did we put
Okay.
these in there? Are they here?
Oh, here's a good question as well.
Oh,
Sorry,
here
go
we
back,
go. So
Alex.
here's
Come
all
on
the
now,
people.
you're too far ahead.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
wait,
We're
yeah,
waiting
hold
for
on, hold on.
these people, our chat, to give their answers yet. But we did have a question that I thought was a good one. Let me go back and read this. So what about the spirit? Like why targeting this? My belief is that this user used the spirit because it was related to yours truly. So it's a very easy way to curse someone if you take a spirit that's related to them, right?
What
So
question are you
bypass
answering, Cooper? Sorry. Can you
this one.
take a couple steps back? Which one?
Yep. So
Okay. And you are suspecting, okay, so Old Queen Spooky says, and you are suspecting the cursor targeted the spirit directly or did something more general and it just landed in the spirit out of convenience?
I believe it's the former, that they chose
Okay.
that spirit directly because it was related to yours truly, and the ritual connections would make it very easy to make that something that could bypass a lot of my own protective magics because it is a piece of yours truly.
Okay. So just to clarify, Cooper, you're saying that you think that the person who cast a curse intentionally targeted the smoke spirit because it's connected to you and
I
it is
believe
a
so.
part of you. Okay.
That would be the only reason I could think of, because if you were going to try and say, like, you're some random Joe, right, who's like, I'm going to fuck with Cooper, you would choose an overtly malefic spirit, right? Why would you choose a spirit who is purposefully so I did link this on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I'll post it somewhere, or Alex and Hope can post a link. It's on my public website here. I can even check. Oh, just kidding. Shit, that wasn't what I meant to
Shit,
post.
you posted a bunch of shit.
Yeah, that's not what I thought it was. I thought I had a link ready to go. But yes, anyway. Here we go.
Well, now
Now I
you guys
have a
have
link
it in the
ready to
chat.
go. Yeah, so
Well,
that was a lovely reading, which was a great one. This is the snaring smoke ritual, for the record. It is still live. You should still be able to click it and read it. This is the contract they didn't bother to read, and part of that
It's in the chat.
ritual is is yours truly, right? Is at the core of that thing. So if you're trying to harm a magician, the best thing that you can do is pick something very close to them and turn it against them.
yes.
Yeah.
The reality of
I'm,
it being only 7 people had the knowledge necessary to do that. Do I necessarily think those 7 people did it? No. But those 7 people would have the knowledge they could give to a skilled magician who could certainly do something like that without much trouble.
This is some
so
advanced magician shit
people have
right here.
attempted to do this to me where they get a talisman. I've noticed this happening. I've
Mhm.
actually noticed a couple times since I released the Jupiter talisman. But people will try to use the talisman to like hack into my energy and like tap into it and draw from it. But what they don't realize is that I've already got things set up to where anyone that attempts to do that gets drained and it just feeds me because I don't know. It's like why are you trying to do a vampire spell on someone that you know is not above like also doing that? Now look, both people have gone, and I'm left by myself to describe how I've the security measures in my own talismans, right? Well, look, as long as you don't try and fuck with me and do anything bad, nothing bad's going to happen to you. But if you do try and use one of my talismans to fuck with me and create some back channel, it will just drain you and make me feel really good. Right? That's what will happen. I keep imagining the horny smoke monster from Fern Gully. Holy shit. That shit was crazy when I was a kid. Like
It
I
was a
loved
great
Fern
time.
Gully. Fern Gully was
Um,
awesome. That show
That's really funny.
was fucking so good. That shit was awesome.
I like the second one better, but do you want to pull up Olive's reading, Alex? If we can, if we want to cut from the screen to
Olive's
that.
reading? I don't know where that one is.
I sent it to you on Twitter. And then folks, just so if you do have, or you want to call in, or you want to share your divinations, we would definitely appreciate it. We will also give you time to do that later at the end of the show too. So
Yes.
Yeah, if anyone wants to call in, I posted the link on my Twitter. So
do you want to throw it in this chat as well? Since it will post to YouTube.
Yeah. I'll post it in the
Fern Gully is in fact goated. It's just a known fact.
I actually don't know who Fern Gully is.
You are too young.
Funny. We're the same age. What are you talking about?
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, then
like a year younger than you, bro.
Not watch enough fantasy films as a child.
No, I didn't.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, they're reasonable suspects.
Part of the reasonable suspect, right?
Very reasonable.
Probably life sucks sometimes, right? At 33, it's not a famously wonderful year in people's lives.
Not for most people. Yeah.
It's awesome for me.
Been rough, right? That said, uncharacteristically rough. I still am unsure of what I think about that idea. I obviously don't believe that, but I am open to it and certainly willing to hear that from people. Of all the folks I've asked, I haven't gotten that response yet, and I've been hoping to get it back. So if you got that, I'll take it. I'm not putting you on blast.
Sorry, Olive.
Your reading is pretty good.
Yeah, your reading is
I
good.
asked you to do it.
I'm getting Scorpio vibes from Olives.
All right. So
it's shockingly in line with Sorry.
Cooper's astrology is not as bad.
It's not terrible. That's the thing.
I don't think it's terrible either.
I expect. I think something magical is going on. Yeah. And it turns out most of you guys do too, I think, because these are all the votes we got referencing Empress Atlantis. So
that's 6.
Yeah.
Oh, and Olive's also got Empress Atlantis. She did 3 different drawings and got the Empress, and then did the reading that I think we should pull up. It's pretty damning. It's also shockingly in line with Sari's reading, so that builds my confidence.
You send that to me?
Yep, you should have it on Twitter.
Okay.
I also posted it in that chat, so worst case scenario, you can read it from there.
Olives, I knew it. I knew you were Scorpio.
Your profile picture does in fact give very, very pointedly Scorpio energy.
Yeah, so a lot of people seem to think it's Empress, which is not super surprising because she is clearly subtweeting someone on her profile. And who could it be? She was close to Alex and to me for a while. She's talking about friends and how she's a Occult tells her and how everyone betrays her. So she's not a bad suspect. It is quite reasonable for people to think that it's her.
And then?
Okay, so do you want me to show the other reading or should we go on?
Oh, if you've got Olives ready, let's go with Olives.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, let's go with Olives. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just ordering Wingstop right now. I'm being fucking porous as hell. I'm hungry.
Oh, wings sound great.
Dude, I'm getting the crispy tenders with mango habanero. Ooh, so excited.
Maybe that garlic parm, but yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
Oh, garlic parm. Okay, so yes, read
Okay.
this.
I was gonna say, who's gonna read this?
Do you want to read it? I'll read it. All right. This says, "Hi Cooper, just wanted to DM you my full divination since it's way too long for the submission link. I'm still learning tarot, so you probably have more experienced people who've given you better insight. But I pulled the Empress reverse 3 times now on different days for who did it. I think that's significant, so I wanted to share. I mean, what are the chances? All right. Question 1. Was there an attack? High Priestess in reverse, 8 of Cups, 6 of Wands. Okay, 8 of Cups is interesting because that can be associated with dissipation of magical energy after some perversion. Um, I think the waters are muddied here on purpose. Whoever did the attack concealed it, but based off of the 6 of Wands, the attack was successful. What was their motivation? 3 of Hearts, Knight of Wands, Hierophant. Someone got their feelings hurt / felt disappointed, and acting without thinking is their MO. They're a bit too hot-headed, and that combo of feeling slighted and having a tendency to lash out created their motivation. They're likely acting with others, working as a team formed from some shared belief about you. In their minds,
Mm-hmm.
this is the quote right thing to do. Very shitty. I did some polls earlier in the week for
Interesting.
what could be done to fix the problem, and one of the cards was the Hierophant reversed. I thought that this perhaps referred to taking an unconventional approach, but now I'm thinking it may mean breaking up this quote team of people, which may be what your eclipse ritual was aimed at.
Good
Who is behind the
read.
attack? The Empress reversed again.
Damn.
3 of Pentacles and 4 of Pentacles. And once again, I pulled the Empress reverse for who did it 3 times. Paired with the 3 of Pentacles, I do think it was a group effort. That aligns with my raw psychic reading that it was 3 people. The
I
Four
also
of
had the
Pentacles
sense it
made
was
me think
3.
that whoever is behind this has possessive / controlling tendencies, and due to their insecurities, they may feel threatened by you, and likely a bit jealous as well.
Oh
I
wow,
really
it's
love your
really
stream.
consistent.
My partner and I look forward to it every week. We learn so much from you guys. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh,
That's
thank you
so
so much,
sweet. Thank you for
Olives.
tuning in. We're glad you like it.
I mean, Sorry and Olives literally had the same
The
reading.
same reading. Yeah. Yeah. It was similar to my reading too. But to be fair, mine was a little biased, but still all kind of in line with each other. It's still got those themes of, jealous, hurt. There's some emotional motivation behind it. But there's others. There's other aspects as
Mm-hmm.
well.
There's other people, there's other accusations. So these are the other accusations we got that weren't Nicole. So we see here on the right-hand side of the screen, we've got a few people that are just being outright accused. Star Heel, Alice
I don't
Boland,
think we've ever
who
had direct beef.
I
Just to
don't
clarify,
know
Starhill
Alice
and I
Boland. Star Heel.
have indeed have direct beef with Alice. Yeah.
So for Star Heel, me and Star Heel do not have any kind of beef. Star Heel, I've spoken to her, I don't know, probably around 10 or 12 times over the last 7 or 8 years. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
any kind of relationship in the astrological space. It's a kind of cordial, collegiate
Very, yeah.
relationship that I have with Star Heel. She's a peer of mine in the astrology community, and that's we've exchanged messages a handful of times. But there's no ill will. She's read my chart, actually more than once. But yeah, I don't think it's her. Uh, Alice Cooper, I don't know. Alice Boland, I don't know.
I
Who's that?
I do indeed. So, if it's who I think it is, she is an astrologer who I believe was writing for Vice for a while. We knew each other. We engaged a few times on here. I want to say I might be getting this wrong. She was the one who called herself a priestess of Apollo, and she did indeed help me once with an issue. So I would be very surprised if it was her. I
Yeah, it
was
seems a little
shocked
bit
that
too
somebody knew that.
tangential.
Yeah, whoever sent that message must be like an OG Cooper follower from like 3
Yeah.
accounts ago, which like good on you, but maybe not impossible.
Now, the
Milk
other one
astrology is
says
a little bit
milk
more of
astrology. Yeah, I
a
wanted to
little
say,
more reasonable.
I mean, she is known to be very close to Nicole, right? So she could be involved. I don't
And
really
way
think
back
so.
when,
I
and
mean,
Milk
so
astrology and I were mutuals. We interacted quite a bit. I helped her shape her
milk
early
astrology
brand
just
and
seems.
gave.
Sorry.
Cooper?
I would be
Yeah.
surprised, but she does have me blocked. We did have a falling out. I was very critical of her trying to step into magic, which like for someone whose big critique of their early career was that they were taking cafe astrology readings and just copy pasting those and putting them in the readings that they were doing for paid clients. I found it very strange that you had a lot of really strong opinions about magic, given that you know fucking nothing about it. But I mean, that was so long ago that the timeline for me seems surprising. Now, if Nicole and her were indeed friends and they were both talking about here's this creepy fuck, we hate him, he tries to engage with people in the space and build clout, and so we're gonna curse him.
They
Not
are
impossible.
friends.
Not
Nicole, yeah,
impossible.
I know that they
Shocking,
talk a
but not
lot.
impossible.
Yeah, they talk a lot. They're friends.
Well, I mean, Milk hasn't blocked me. We're still mutuals. I think that I do think that she's a possible suspect just because of her connection to Nicole and that, past history that you guys have together. But
I mean, honestly,
yeah, I
Milk
think that
is
she's a little
innocent.
bit
Milk, honestly, I feel like is too weak to have done any of this magic. Honestly, no offense to
maybe,
Milk,
maybe,
right? But
maybe. Who knows? Who
I
knows?
don't, I
It's
just don't think
possible.
she has the malice in her that is required for
Yeah,
that.
I agree with that. I don't think that she has heart to be cursing people. I mean, at least not towards us. I don't think there's enough
I
history
just don't
between
buy it.
all of us.
I don't think she's
So,
involved
so Quincy
I
actually
would be
said something
shocked if she
really.
were the instigator.
Yes, exactly. So Quincy says something really interesting, which is that one relevant thing about my chariot pool is that it can be one of the most emotionally reactive cards, literally being pulled by emotions instead of holding the reins and taking better action. So actually, the interesting thing to say is that when I was doing my tarot reading, the chariot card did fly out, but back into the deck, so I didn't actually use it, but I did make a note of it. So kind of going back to like the motivation being emotional, I think it's backed not just by three divinators but four now, including Quincy.
There's another
But
thing here that says just an inkling that whoever cursed you uses a skull in their social media, like as their profile pic or avatar, or in their header pic, or most frequently used emoji. Penetration testing vibes. Um, yeah, don't know. I mean, the only person I can think of that uses a skull emoji that I interact with
is
regularly is
is
Dabby, Occult
oh,
Hours, who is definitely not. She's got a skull profile picture. She's definitely not the person involved in this. Like what? Like I can guarantee that personally, like 100%, she's not involved in this.
I also would be very shocked.
I'd be very shocked. I actually think she's watching right now.
She probably is.
but
Well, I
but to
also know
be
Shout
the skull
out,
emoji
Dabby, love
usage.
you.
Well, the
I do
skull
know
emoji
someone who uses them
usage,
a lot.
we can all agree that we know someone who uses the skull emoji a lot.
Mhm.
Oh, can we? And who is
Oh,
that?
oh yes. Uh,
Who is it?
uh,
Our
uh,
prior suspect.
uh, uh,
Is it
uh,
Nicole?
uh,
Is it
uh,
Nicole
Mhm.
who
uh,
uses the skull
uh,
emoji a lot?
uh.
Yeah.
Okay. So this person says If it is who I think it is, I feel so vindicated right now because I bought a natal chart reading for my best friend as a gift, and she basically fearmongered and confirmed every one of her worst fears about her placements.
Oh my
I
god, that's
felt
the worst
horrible. I felt
reading.
like I paid that lady to trigger my friend for 2 hours.
That is fucking horrendous. Imagine paying $200 or $300 and the person just
Now the thing
confirms all of
is
your
that
worst fears.
the only person I know on Astro Twitter that offers 2-hour readings is, drum roll please, Empress Atlantis.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, she does 2-hour readings.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've actually had an asteroid reading from her, and it was good. It was actually really good, and it was really fun. And it's kind of what sparked our
I mean,
friendship.
yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to hate on her, and I don't actually, I mean, if she's the one that's cursed us, it's really
Listen, if she's the
fucking
one who
annoying,
cursed
but
us, fuck her. If she's not the one who cursed us, hey, you know what? You're a really good suspect for the situation. So
well,
that's
I
why you keep
mean,
coming up.
yeah, but also, it'll work out. Okay, so there's one other potential avenue we haven't explored yet.
Yeah.
Do we?
I was gonna say, do you want me to take point on this one?
Yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
probably
Yes.
the one
Do
who
this
knows
one.
it best.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Kate and I probably started interacting back in like 2018 ish. She's a great astrologer, does a lot of work on magical relationships between, I think she called it the seventh harmonics. I forget. Forgive me. And I had, as I do, pushed her, ever so slightly toward magic. And so that was kind of our relationship. And we have a tense connection at this point, mostly because she is afflicted by this horrible curse. And you may not be able to read those screenshots super duper well. But the gist of it is, and she's talked about it pretty extensively on the timeline, pretty brutal. Physical assault, astral, brutal. She came to me for help, and I, in that process, did a number of magics, including sending, as mentioned here, an energizing sort of concoction that was really meant to more heal what I saw as the spiritual damage that was causing this problem, and then a protection spell that was like, well, if there is something going on, this will help. I don't believe there is necessarily, without getting overly specific, because this isn't my working. She kind of unintentionally jumped into the deep, 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 deep end, and happened to have a natural affinity that worked out in her favor to make the magic successful, but unfortunately, pretty brutal. My interpretation of her condition, and admittedly still to this day, my opinion on that, is that it's more of poltergeist than possession from her perspective, and is kind of discussed here. And I'm not going to say she's wrong, right? I certainly haven't looked at this in a long time. Is that there is an active coven behind it. F-Disc and I were good friends, mutuals for ages, communicated quite a lot privately, discussed magic quite a lot privately, discussed the end of his life quite a lot privately. And
Yeah,
as Kate
shout
points
out
out,
to Freighter.
yeah, if you don't know Freighter
Yeah.
F-Disc, you missed out on a great
R.I.P.
era of occult Twitter.
to
Yes.
Freighter. I remember I let him stay in my hotel room in Norwalk in 2024, and he was predicting to me that he was going to die, and he was like giving me his chart and making me promise to use it till in any kind of study I did about people dying. He's like, pay attention to when I die. Reach out to this person; they'll tell you. And made me promise to do this whole thing, and so now I have to like
Fulfill the
figure out
promise.
how people die. Yay me.
So, um, to be fair, his death does coincide with some of the acceleration of the symptoms. That was early 2025. That's when I started to notice maybe the early signs of Maleficia. But I have a very truthfully, I didn't help Kate. As much as I tried to, I wasn't successful, right? So if it was this group of people who are harming her, um, why me? I mean, if F Disc was, as she discussed, was actively helping her, um, I would have been the next most helpful magician. So it could have fallen on me next. Given that I last interacted with Kate regularly back in 2022, seems unlikely to me, but it is a worthwhile suspect. There is a lot of magical violence associated here, whatever the source of it is. And she flagged herself, right? So we announced we were doing this episode, and she was like, well, I think this is what it's about. Funny enough, she was never on the suspect list until then, but we wanted to include that and discuss that because it is true.
Yeah, yeah, it is someone that did jump out when we announced this. So full transparency. Anything else you wanted to say, Cooper?
No, I think that's the gist. I mean, if people have questions, if they really think that's what's going on, I'm happy to talk more about that. But I also would prefer to not talk a lot about her because if she is indeed being attacked, it is my
Yeah, we don't
I would
want to
never ever
interfere with
want
that.
to. Right, right, right.
Yeah.
So these are where we get to more like people who actively and openly
Yeah.
use
So I mean, the reason why Max is a suspect is because he actively hates me, and
Wait, let's
I
just
um,
sorry.
preface with
and
let's just preface with who
right.
Max is. I'm not I don't
All
I
right. So
wouldn't
So we're
claim
talking about
that
Max.
Astro by
everyone knows.
Max.
So yeah, we're talking about at Astro by Max. I'm
And
sure you guys
I
know who
wrote
this
this
is.
slide. So anytime it refers to I here, it's Cooper is I.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
So
was friends with Max. I was
yeah.
not friends with Max. I was friends with his friends. So that was kind of how I knew of his work.
So
Yeah.
so basically, Max hates me because I got drugged into a conflict with him on behalf of Nicole, actually. And he was like bullying Empress Atlantis, and then I came in to defend her against him and ended up using several bad words, demonetizable words to describe Max, and he did not like that very much. And he went ballistic and invoked all these like Islamic angels to like smite me at Judgment Day on the timeline. It was quite a pathetic gay mess, if I do say so myself. Um, so it says, I think I just saw one of those Matrix flies Alex was talking about right now, right after I pulled out my tarot deck. Oh shit. Oh shit.
It might be
Agent
possible. I
Smith
wouldn't be
is after
shocked.
you.
And
Agent Smith
would
is
it be
after you.
possible? Would it be possible? Well, yeah, it's not impossible for sure.
I mean, if I'm correct and there is a male magician that is spearheading and is using, that's like where most of the magic power for this curse comes from, it could be his astral sentries triggering you. So
And if you don't know, Jinn are smoke spirits, right? They're fire spirits. That is particularly why I think like if there is any real reason to consider them, it's that, right? Like Max and his circle are big into angels and jinn, sort of that Islamicist approach to magic.
Yeah.
Um, it's certainly possible, right? Like me misidentifying a spirit is not beyond the realm of possibility. So if my misidentification is incorrect, or I'm sorry, if I misidentified but got the gist of it right, that's where I would then start to point to that. Um,
However, the thing is, yeah, the biggest argument against Max being the culprit is that I have a specific trap set up for Max because he did try and do Malefica against me once. And so I set up a trap for him that I like to call the torture box, right? And this is something where if you trigger it, it's basically like you're walking and then like you'll just break through the floor and you'll fall into a compartment where there's only spikes, right? And it's like you're trapped. So he hasn't triggered any of my defenses that I set up, well, the wards I set up specifically against him. Right. And there's signs that would happen if he did attack me because I have previous thing with him sending me the evil eye. So I really don't think it's him. And as much as we may hate each other, I just want to go on the record and say, Max, if you're watching this, I don't think it's you. I don't have any beef with you. I don't want to renew any kind of magic conflict, right? Like we can just go our separate ways. There's no reason to. I'm bringing this up in basically to make this more fair to Nicole because we have to present some other suspects and you do hate me, right? So that you can admit that, I'm sure. So that's reason enough to include you on this list is that you hate me. So and
Yeah,
probably
but
Cooper as well.
I mean, and there's a lot of other reasons too. It's like one is that the timing just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even seem like he knows the show exists. He has beefs with so many people. Like, why would he be in particular focused on Cooper?
Yeah, he's
Who
probably
doesn't
way
really
too
have beef
distracted
with
with other
him.
beefs.
Yeah, he has beef with everybody. Like, there's no reason why he would focus specifically on Cooper in the show. And he has no connection to the guests, right? That withdrew or were
Mhm.
affected. He also has no reason to attack me. I've actually met Max in person and we got along great.
Well, I'm sorry.
He was actually quite lovely, but
To clarify that point, he has no reason to not attack you, though, right? Like
oh, no
Alex
reason to
was being
not to
cursed
attack me.
directly, so it would affect
Yeah,
everyone around, particularly his partner, right? But the fact
right.
that you are unaffected means the caster is actively trying to not target you
Yeah, it's
or
like
just
That's
I
true.
felt like the
Yeah.
caster was trying to protect you from the effects of this.
Yeah,
All
I kind
right.
of did feel that way. Yeah.
Because Cooper got the brunt of it, I got the second worst, and you didn't get any.
I mean, probably,
Really.
right?
I mean, you got
Yeah.
minimal runoff,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um,
so that actually
So
makes
this
him
so
is
kind of a
exactly
suspect.
then
so
kind of where we've been
here we
building,
go
right?
to
Yeah.
my point where
This is
I
the
all
smoking
right.
gun.
So if I am the prosecuting attorney here, if I am doing the witch hunt, that it's Nicole. I mean, come on. I mean, so the thing about my computer glitch, I mean, that convinced me like that's all I need really is that shit. I mean, I've specifically set this
Yeah.
computer up to tell me this
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
all you
shit.
needed. Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah, the
damning.
computer glitch, that was like in my schizo mind, that's like fucking proof, right? That's incontrovertible proof, right?
Yeah,
So
the fact that Alex saw Empress Atlantis's chart show up on Solar Fire was all Alex needed to
Well, and you had to
decide.
hard reset your computer to get it to go away. It wasn't
Yeah.
just like
yes, well,
a
yeah, I had to
page
kill
up.
the program. I had to do the Control Alt Delete thing and then kill the Solar Fire process in order to get the window to close,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
also had a
And it had
number of
her chart
interesting
emblazoned
stinks
on it.
around that. It's also worth noting that she is the one who directly pressured our guest to withdraw from the show.
Yes,
Um,
that's another thing. Is that
Yeah.
here?
So in the beginning
Where
of
is
the
that?
presentation,
Oh
we
yeah, here we
actually
go. Here we go. So
well,
here it
yeah.
is. This person. So this is a person that was gonna be on Occult chat. They messaged the group. Hey, I was made aware of something that happened with Atlantis recently, and I'm choosing to step away from the podcast episode. I'm really sorry. So the next screenshot is my personal DM with this person because this person was someone that I asked to be on the show, right? Hope and Cooper didn't have anything to do with inviting this person on the show. It was me, it was my guest. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, I understand if you don't want to come on the show. Would you mind telling me what rumors are being spread about me? Because it's likely not what happened. I'd like to be able to share with you my side of the story so that you can make your own judgment having heard both sides. I understand this won't change your decision, but I'm asking you to hear me out for the sake of any relationship between us. He says in response, I really appreciate that. Thank you. From my understanding, you've been building a connection with Starheal, who has been really damaging to Empress Atlantis and many other members of the Astro community. I've also been told about some magical stuff that's been done with unsolicited packages being sent out, but I'm not sure what is or isn't true. All right. And so basically, what's happened here is the Empress is going around talking shit about me in the DMs, right? Now, I wanted to address this specifically because the one allegation here that's actually concerning is that I've sent her some kind of cursed package in the mail, right? Right. That's what he's saying here is that I've sent her some kind of cursed package in the mail. And the thing is that what happened with Nicole and I is that we became friends, and she sent me a few gifts in the mail. She sent me some crystals and whatnot. And then we'd been talking, and then I ended up leaving her on red for like a couple of months, which I want to do because I'm a Gemini and I have horrible relationship upkeep and maintenance. And I just kind of, expect people to be there, kind of like computer programs. Like whenever I want to talk to this person, oh, they're going to be the same, right? So
that's called neurodivergence, Alex.
So, that's kind of like my my own kind of retardation, as you put it, Cooper.
No, that isn't the word I used.
Anyway. So because of this, I felt bad. I felt bad that I ignored Nicole for like 2 months and left her on red. And so I wanted to do something nice for her. So I bought her a bunch of crystals. All right. I bought her a bunch of crystals from Etsy. And I shipped them directly to her house. And here's the receipt. All right. It's a shame that I have to do this. Alex, you're cursing your own show at this point. Am I? Maybe I am. Maybe I am cursing my own show at this point. But
yeah, but you guys all like Alex.
I sent the crystals to her directly. I could not have cursed them. They never came to me. What did you say?
So the thing is that Alex did send Nicole a package, but he purchased it on Etsy and had it sent to her. So there's no way that he could have come into physical contact with the package to actually curse it. To actually curse a package that you don't have any physical contact with is near impossible. It's really difficult to do. So the fact that she thinks that he did that is ridiculous. Like absolutely ridiculous. And this was, by the way, before any drama had really happened. I think there was like a little bit of drama.
No, there was no drama. The only drama at this point was me ignoring her and hurting her feelings.
Yeah. By the way, yeah.
So I mean, people have been asking me. There was even multiple people on the anonymous question thing asking me what happened between me and Empress and all of this. And I mean, so the thing is it's really stupid. It's basically like I made public comments about Starheel, jokes at Starheel's expense, basically, and she didn't like that. She sent me a message being like, "Don't ever talk about Starheel in public because you're endangering my safety if you do so." And I was like, "What? Are you serious?" I didn't think I was like, I mean, obviously, so I'm not gonna do that because like it's difficult enough for me to care about other people's feelings when it's like something legitimate, right? But when it's like stupid bullshit like this, I just can't bring myself to give a shit. Like, oh, you're sad that I mentioned someone you don't like in public. Like, fucking get over it. Like, like, don't bother me with that.
I mean, and that's really the crux of the entire drama because uh if anyone knows, if anyone follows her, everyone knows that she is like very frightened by magic and by magicians. She is terrified. She's Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm just gonna say it bluntly. And she essentially sees her ops, specifically Starheel, as someone incredibly dangerous. And so for any of her friends to mention her, I'm sorry, to mention Starheel even just once on their timeline, or maybe even twice, she saw it as a really, really big threat. Um, is that the primary motivation for her Malefica? I don't think so. I think there's something else involved. But that's what
Well,
she has been going around telling people
no.
essentially.
Well, so no. What the thing is that happened is that if you guys remember back in August, September of last year, uh, Starheel, it was outed that she was in a relationship with a member of the Department of Defense or Department of War at the time. And this relationship was outed because this guy was suing her in court, right? And suing her for harassment and abusive messages, threats, all of this kind of stuff, defamation. So Starhill was getting sued, and Nicole was gleefully celebrating on the timeline, right? She was talking about how this is Starheel's downfall and how Starheel was this horrible person that had doxed her and all of this stuff. And I ended up messaging her, and I was like, well, actually, Nicole, accusing Starhill of doxing you is not, you did actually post this address and this name when you registered your LLC. And if she's posting the LLC registry information, technically that's not doxing. And you're accusing her of doxing you, which is that could be construed as a crime, that could be construed as defamation if you're accusing someone of
Yes.
doxing you, and if that's a crime and they haven't actually done that and you're accusing them of that, they could
Yeah.
potentially sue you in court. And I'm telling her, Nicole, we know that Starheel is litigious. We know she loves to sue people. Maybe don't give her an excuse to sue you, and maybe don't taunt her on the timeline and say all of this incendiary shit. And it was at this point that she got really triggered, and it was as though I was accused. It was as though I became the enemy in that moment, and
Yeah.
it was like I was no longer on her side. I was saying the Starheel was right, and all of this, and nothing was ever the same at this point. And so, that was me trying to offer unsolicited legal advice out of the goodness of my heart, which is the first and last time I will ever do that shit. You can trust me on that. I mean, Jesus Christ. All I was trying to do is like, hey, maybe don't get her to sue you. And so then after I'd said this, it's like, okay, you're against me with the Starheel thing. And so then the next time I mentioned Starheel publicly in a tweet, she's like, oh, don't escalate her. She knows that you and I are friends.
Yeah, that was
And
fucking. That
if
was
she sees,
R-worded.
if she sees that you're
So
making fun of
R-worded.
her, it will endanger my physical safety and the safety of my family. And it's like, I have a relationship with Starheal that predates my relationship with Nicole. It's not as deep. I've never met Starheal in person, right? But she knows that if I make a joke about her in public, I think Starheal is secure enough that she is not going to get triggered about me making a joke about her, especially considering the conversations I've had with her and how I just don't see it, right? It's just not how it's going to go. She's not going to get upset with me over saying something about her publicly. She's probably going to laugh. She has a dark sense of humor, and she can also laugh she's an Aquarius, right? So she can laugh at herself. She has this natural, it's the self-deprecation is built into the Aquarius mindset, right?
Yeah,
The
I can attest to that.
self-deprecating. Yeah. And so me making a joke at Starheel's expense, the reason why I made that joke is because I know that I've talked to her going back like 6-7 years. I can make that kind of joke.
Cooper. I saw you do that. Are you gonna show us a
There
nip
you
or
go.
what?
If anyone's been
No.
wondering, I finally got drunk enough on stream to tell you the drama. That's the tea.
Yeah, Alex.
And that's
Alex
really what
finally
happened.
told the tea.
I gave a friend unsolicited legal advice. It triggered the fuck out of her, and she went crazy because I was telling her, hey, maybe don't accuse the person that is known for suing people and give them a perfect reason to sue you. Maybe don't do that.
What a crazy thought.
And Sari makes a really good point here, which is that you aren't the first nor the last person to talk about Starheal. So why freak out when you talk about her? And you weren't even saying something. You weren't even trying to like bait her or anything. It was really more of
the context
a
of
tangential
it.
joke.
The context of it was that Joe Rogan had just mentioned astrology on his podcast. And so everyone on Twitter was nominating astrologers to go on Joe Rogan, right? And Hope nominated Austin Coppock. She's like, I think Austin Coppock
I still do.
should be the one to
Still
go
think
on,
he's a good
go on
choice.
and represent the astrology community. And so I quote tweeted her and was like, this is wishful thinking. We all know that it's Starheal that is going to be the first one to go on Joe Rogan.
She's been on Alex Jones.
But that's also funny too.
It is really funny.
It is a good joke.
It's a really good joke.
It is especially to other astrologers.
But she got
where
so
it's like,
mad at me.
Exactly.
And she texted me. She asked me to delete it. She asked me to delete the tweet. And I wouldn't. I refused to delete it. I refused to delete the tweet because I was like, I don't do that for people. You got to understand, right? Like, I'm not that kind of person. I don't care about your fucking feelings. Like,
Alex, let me just let's just pause. Alex, let's pause for a second. So I just want to say, telling a friend to delete a tweet that was posed as a joke about another astrologer because you're scared of that astrologer is fucking wild. It's crazy. It's crazy especially when it's just a joke. It was so obvious that it was just a joke. How cowardly do you have to be that a joke made about someone makes you feel as if your life is in danger? It's crazy. And also, Alex is not the only person who makes jokes about Starheal. There are plenty of people, her including. She is
Starheal is also
one of many people that Starheal.
Genuinely, arguably the most famous astrologer of our age.
Exactly.
All of my girly friends
were
like,
because I was just about to say.
Do you know about Starheal? And I'm like, yeah.
One of the most famous astrologers currently, right?
100%. And
She has
Breakfast
been
Time makes a
on.
really good point, saying
She's
that
been
it's
on the Daily
controlling
Show. She's been on the Daily Show. She's been on Alex Jones. She has been on the news. She's been on like Good Morning America. She's been on loads of She's one of. She gets quoted in the New York
famous.
Post all the time. She gets quoted in Cosmopolitan all the time. She is, in terms of mainstream media exposure, Star Heel is one of the most famous astrologers currently living, that is currently being approached by mainstream media outlets for astrological takes. And we have to acknowledge her, right? I cannot sit here and say that Star Heel is unremarkable or unimportant. I mean, she's worth commenting on because of her prominence. And I mean, she might be Regina George, but whatever. Who cares? Right?
Listen, who cares? Literally, who cares if she's
I mean,
Regina George?
personally, I like Star Heel. I was gonna have her on Astrology Deathmatch. Um, actually, so back when I used to do the astrology quiz shows,
You guys are getting
actually,
all the tea right now, by the way.
little lore here. The first thing that was lined up was going to be Star Heel versus Marin Altman. That was the lineup that I had.
Controversial versus controversial.
And then October 7th happened, and there was the whole Israeli psyop and all of that. And then
Right.
Star Heel started saying all of this Zionist shit, and then I couldn't have her on the show because she went full Zio, and I was like, all right, well, like, I mean, I'll still be friends with you, but I'm not gonna like have you on the show now, right?
So I suppose this begs the question, and not to totally shift the subject back to me, but why Cooper, right?
Yes.
Because
Okay,
plenty of
let's
case
go
here
back
for
to the
Alex,
show.
but why yours truly? So if we go back to that, there we go. Next one.
These are the suspects.
Wait,
Nope,
what's
go back.
going on?
Alex is going too
What's
far.
going on?
Nope, Alex, keep going
Alex.
backwards. Now stop. Great.
Stop right here.
So
Yeah.
This one?
Yes.
Is
So
this what
this
you
is
want?
where we start to talk about
Okay.
why is this a compelling case from my perspective.
Yes.
So first and foremost, there are 7 people who would know the name of that spirit. She is one of those 7 people. She signed up. She never actually participated. She didn't come to any of the classes. She didn't come to any of the prep work. She never responded to any of the emails, but I continued to send her the information because you paid for the course, right? I'm going to give you what you did. Never bothered to show to any of the follow-up sessions, nothing. No reason why, just didn't. Did, however, send another magician on her behalf to tell me to stop my working or to let these people out, which is the same as stopping the working. Needless to say, not respond well to that. And didn't.
To be fair, though, you did interpret what I was doing way more aggressively than what it was. Because, I feel
from
like
your perspective, yes. I wasn't
well,
upset with you.
Because to me, so I'm a defense lawyer, right? I'm a criminal defense lawyer. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go and ask this person for something really, really good that I know they're not going to give me, and they're definitely going to turn me down. But maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to manipulate them into giving me what I want. So I may as well try, right? And that's my mindset when I go about anything, really. Is like, okay, this person's going to turn me down, but it can't hurt to ask, because the only thing I have to lose is being rejected and shot down, right? Now, Cooper, also, I think you judged me for this a bit. You actually got pissed at me. You were like, I remember being surprised at how mad you were at me for trying this against you. And I was like, oh shit, he's actually pissed. And I was like, all right, sorry, dude, lol.
That was about your response. And so From my perspective, that I didn't know that there were actually two people who sent him. I only knew the one. Later learned there were two people in the ritual who had asked him. But I did know about this one. And in the original prophecy for the ritual, I had written there would be 7 participants, but only 6 would actually show up. That one of them would only participate to round out the numbers and would
That's crazy
not show
that
up.
you
So
prophesied that.
yeah, it was a lot. So I knew that that was going to happen. And then it is Nicole, right? Nicole's the one who signs up, doesn't bother showing up. I've got all the screenshots. I was told not to include them. But to be very clear, 100% pointed, I never once approached this person, right? I followed, I interacted with content occasionally, but like never bothered messaging, never whatever. I
Yeah.
get a DM after Alex and her start being buddy. And she's like, oh, but you're so great. You're this amazing magician. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Like, and I'm like, cool, that's awesome.
It's
But for the record,
it's because I talked you up to her.
right, which is great.
Because
Love being a great
I
magician.
was like, I remember this. I sent her your profile, and I was like, when I first counted this guy, so he's like this autistic weirdo, but then like I like viewed him in the astral, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's like legit as fuck.
It's
What
both.
the fuck?
I am legit, but also an autistic weirdo. It's both. And so I organized this ritual, and she's expressed a great deal of interest. We're getting toward the end, and I'm like, hey, if you want to sign up for it, you should do that. It's going to close out soon. Great, signs up for it. If you read that link that I posted in the chat, happy to post it again. Gist of it is, the spirit can't hurt you. That's the whole point of the ritual. Is it will bother you, it'll irritate you, you might get a sore throat, you might smell smoke.
And that's what I tried to tell both Nicole and Rob when they were bitching about this stupid fucking spirit. And I was like, how weak are you mentally? Like,
right?
Seriously, like it's not like, did you
Mr.
read the contract that you like? Go and read the contract you signed without reading.
I've studied under
that you're
7
not really
different
in any
magicians.
trouble.
I'm way too advanced for this course. I know I'm gonna crush it. How'd that go for you? How did it go? How was the psych ward? Was it fun?
So Cooper, something that you do not know about this is that I did attempt to troll Rob into using Malefica on your spirit to try and kill it, right? But it didn't work. He didn't actually end up going through with that, but I did encourage that.
What?
Behind the scenes.
What, Alex?
Just to increase like the chaos factor. I've never told anyone
he could have tried.
I'm disclosing it now. That's the kind of thing that I will do, is that if there's something going on, I'll be the person whispering in someone's ear to try and make it more fucked up.
He doesn't need more fucked up, Alex. I think
Alex
he's got plenty.
Alex is a true.
So do you all understand why I did
magician.
in fact test whether or not it was him involved with this? I did.
I am the second most person accused, right? After Empress Atlantis, it's me, right? And you guys are right to suspect me, honestly. I mean, I'm shady as fuck, right?
You're not.
You're
not actually shady.
I've decided I'm a person that has taken a look at the world and been like, okay, the people that are accused of the worst crimes imaginable, okay, those are the people I'm going to advocate for, right?
You did indeed choose.
I think, you know what I mean? Like, if you are of a certain right-wing kind of Christian perspective, you could easily see me as this, subversive that, really only advocates for the worst aspects of our society, like, the rapists and the child molesters and the domestic abusers and the drug dealers and all of that, right? But
I do have to kid mix it. I do have to say Alex is a Gemini. He is an 8th house Gemini sun. So yes,
to a fault.
He yeah, so he is doing it for the plot.
The reason why I do what I do.
My Wingstop arrived.
Is because oh yay. The reason why I do what I do is because fuck the government and fuck the police and fuck all of them. I fucking hate them. I don't have so the thing is
Where is
that
it
it
coming
doesn't
from?
matter to me
It's
like who you are.
disjointed.
It doesn't matter to me. It
Why are you
All right,
bringing up the
fine. I won't
cops?
rant.
That's all I meant.
I just want to go on a rant against the police. Right?
Fair enough.
Well,
Can I
wait, but
not? Can I
let's bring it
not?
back to Cooper and why Nicole is a prime suspect. So one, she was a part of
Right.
the smoke ritual. She
So in terms of
literally
an
told a
earlier
guest
question had
not to
raised,
join the show.
yeah. Well, somebody asked why bother with Cooper, right? So like, what is the animosity between the two of you? So I did this ritual, terrified her, and if you go read her retweets, if you're still a follower of hers, I'm not. I'm now blocked. You will see she continually refers to like this magician who pushed her over the edge or like dived into the deep end. And if you read the Sneering Smoke stuff, that is explicitly the point of it, right? The goal was to push you into the deep end. I was tired of people saying like, "Oh, I've done 18 magic classes and I'm so good at this," and I was like, "Yeah, but you can't even fucking conjure elementals. Like, you don't even know anything that you're talking about. Let's just do a little bit of fun magic and scare some of you into taking this seriously," right? Like, was the intent. 5 out of the 7 had that experience. 5 out of the 7 came out of this super, a little terrified, admittedly, but mostly happy and excited. One of them won, for the record. They managed to name the spirit. I was quite impressed. I actually didn't think that was going to happen. So love that of them. But she was very terrified. And so then if we go back to that timeline, and we can pull it up whenever, but it's that summer where she starts to lose her shit with Max. And during this time, we've been communicating on multiple platforms. And she is continually expressing to me that one, she's being attacked, that it's this person who's spreading lies about her. There's someone behind her back. It's continual. Again, I was told not to post the screenshots, but I have them, and
We do have screenshots. We're just trying to be. We're not trying to be gauche. Okay.
yeah, I guess. You're not trying to be gauche. I've gone past the point of gauche. I'm naked and
I think we're all. I think a lot of us are past the point of being gauche.
I mean, we
But
can pull the screenshots up if you guys want.
I'm not going to. The point being, I offer, hey, you did this magic with these people. You created this spirit. It is perfectly reasonable that if you are under attack, you could lean on these people for help, and they will do it, because I know I've trained these people myself, right? Like, they've taken many classes from me. They will do this if you ask them. You will have to ask them, right? Because you're the one saying you're being attacked. This is your battle. So you can ask other people to come in. They will help you. And I wrote a large spell, so it involves a number of people, but the structure of it was using this spirit, the smoke spirit, and the participants of the ritual, that effectively, if you were being lied about, it would necessarily force the other people to expose their lies. You would be protected from those lies, yada, yada, yada. But I made it very clear to Nicole when I gave her the spell. I gave her multiple spells, for the record. She didn't use any of them. But this one was the one that she said she wanted to do. She signed up, she joined the group, she participated on it, she talked about it, she encouraged them to do this for her. But the one caveat I gave, because I did receive advice from someone else when I jumped in the fight and was calling Max all kinds of names and blah, 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 and trying to defend Nicole because I'm a stupid white man who falls for white woman tears. She is going on and on and on and on about this. And I come up with a ritual, right? I gather 5 people who will help her. We will create a fortress, but I do receive advice from someone who I trust enough who's saying, this person's lying. She's fucking with you. She is creating this conflict. She has incited these kinds of fights before. She's gotten other magicians to use magic against other magicians on her behalf. And even having had that happen, right, where Alex was petitioned by that person to use magic against me or to try and interrupt my magics, and then went ahead and did so anyway, which I don't love, but whatever, not shocking. I don't want to hear any more questions, but why were you looking at me in the astral? You know why.
No, I know why you were looking at me in the astral.
Yeah, because you're suspicious as hell. So
But you saw that it was fine, though. That's the thing, is that you can. I have a very open door policy, and anyone that's
He
suspicious
does
of me
actually.
can
this
come
is
down
true.
and sit
Alex
and have
does
tea
have a
with me,
very open door
and
policy.
And I will
we will
say
discuss it and we'll sort it out. Like,
exactly because as much as we're doing a little bit of a bit here, we did indeed just have the conversation and hashed it out and said,
Yeah,
"Here's why I'm upset with." Like we did our bit,
like two
which is
grown
how you should
adults.
handle this.
Yes.
you left me
Um,
that psychic voicemail that was actually very interesting, but
I do
we've
that.
already talked about
So
that. We won't rehash that.
So I do want to say something, which is that I hate to keep like harping on this, but on the topic of Nicole, but she does have a particular gift in convincing other people to fight on her behalf. She's done it with Cooper. She's done it with Alex. She's tried to do it with me. It wouldn't be shocking in the least if she has rallied more magicians to her cause to attack Cooper and Alex. She has in her own delusions right reason to. So she does have a history of bringing other magicians to her cause. The thing is, we all know this. Nicole is incredibly charming. She's really funny. She's the funniest astrology account online. That's all. I'll face it. Um, she is also actually when you get to know her, she's really sweet. She's really really sweet. And really can make you feel special. She's very charming, like I said. It wouldn't be surprising, at the very least, to me, someone who's known her for about a year, that she has developed some sort of resentment towards Alex and Cooper and decided that, hey, they are dangerous to me. They, for all the reasons that we've listed already as to why she would think so. So it actually isn't impossible to theorize that she got other people involved because let's face it,
it's happened at
Astro
least 3 times on the public record.
So
exactly.
this person asks, is she actually so nice? And I mean,
I
sort
don't know.
of.
In person, she is. She'll give you gifts. She'll tell you how special you are. She'll, just be
Love bomb you.
so yeah.
Well,
She's very love bomby.
there's also the consideration that I mean,
By the way, for like the longest time,
well,
until I would say
I
about a
also
month
want to.
ago, I was really hoping that this would all just blow away and we'd be able to be friends with her again. Like, I genuinely believe that. For up until I think like January, I was like, you know what? This is all gonna blow over. We're gonna be friends again, and we're all gonna laugh at it. It's gonna be okay. But then fucking Cooper shows up and actually tells us what's happened to him, and we look at the evidence and we realize, oh shit, this is not okay. And at this point, like now I'm like, okay, I don't know how we can go back to being
yeah,
friends when
it's
you have
Empress
it's pretty clear
Atlantis
that
is
you've
who we're
rallied
Yeah,
talking about.
people. Yeah, she's
Nicole
another
is Empress
astrologer.
Atlantis.
Yes, Nicole's another, she's Empress Atlantis. But at this point, it's like clear that you have, due to your own fears and delusions, come against someone who is actually innocent. You may not believe it, but is actually innocent, and brought upon so much misfortune, just by virtue of the fact that you had the fortune of getting close to his magic and understanding how it actually works.
And
I didn't
It's
pull the
yes,
just
screenshots, but one of the other part that was particularly frustrating to me is I outlined how to attack me. Because in explaining my
odd.
approach to how to deal with Max, I explained don't attack a magician outright. The attacker is put at a disadvantage. The defender has an advantage. The best thing you can do is get a magician to attack you and then win on the counterattack. I outlined how you would want to use spirits related to them, how you would want to specifically target the magic at that specific individual, and particularly that most magicians, when they get into conflict with each other, the tendency of one magician is to avoid fighting another. It's
That's what I try
usually
to do.
very stupid. And
I
so, like,
set
when Alex and
traps.
I got into a conflict or whatever, it wasn't, I'm going to send hexes against. I was like, hey, here's my beef. Here's why I'm upset. Here's the thing you did. Here are the things that I would need to remedy that situation. Are we willing to do this? If not, then fuck you. Let's leave each other alone.
Well, but
If
I
so, great.
basically showed you everything in the astro. I was like, well, dude, like, look, here it is.
Mhm.
Here's everything
And
you want to see.
here we are, right?
And
The
we're
idea
still
is that,
friends.
like, you can have conflict and resolve it.
You can.
It's not impossible. You should indeed seek that, right? Like,
But
if
yeah,
you've done the working, that should be your goal.
but
And
the
also,
problem with this person is that she's twisted things. And honestly, I mean, you know, personally, I think it's because of personal feelings about me. But
correct.
you know,
Yeah.
Do you
I mean, she
know what
did
I just
kind of
realized
confess
today,
to my
Alex?
girlfriend she's in love with me, but whatever.
First of all, when Rob and I were
That's
talking
not
about this
exactly what I
situation,
said, but
and Empress was getting all whatever, I literally said to Rob, I was like, I don't know why she's so obsessed with me. He's not going to ball her out. Like, as much as she's desperate for it, it isn't going to happen. And Rob was like, I don't know why you think that they're fucking. And I was like, I don't think they're fucking. I think one of them's hoping they're going to fuck, and the other one isn't really into it. Now, I could be wrong. Whatever. Ain't my business.
Oh,
I'm just saying a dog's a
we've never
dog.
heard this, Cooper.
Because, you know. And my favorite part is, I just noticed this today. Do you know what the last video you uploaded before your interview with me and before we started Occult Chat was?
What?
It was your deathmatch video with Nicole.
Oh, yeah.
So you changed your channel over and started this content stream. So it's been interesting, been frustrating. I am more resolute in my certainty of who is behind this. But we wanted to open it to you guys, and allegedly, yes. And hear your takes, your perspectives. You can join the call if you want to hop in with us. Otherwise, chat as well. But I think we've kind of laid out our case for what it matters. Things have already begun to be dealt with.
Yeah.
One of the fun things we talked about with the curses. So when you cast a curse, you actually don't really pay much of a price at the beginning, if any at all. It's if the curse is resolved, all of the backlash comes onto you intensely. And it just so happens to be that when we did the counter spell, I was watching for who are the accomplices. I would love to talk about it. These two don't.
All right. So the thing is, all right. I mean, I'm willing to do it at this point. I'm willing to out the people. I mean,
it's fine.
Enough. I'm willing to
I'm
do
concerned about the ringleader more than I am her toys.
Let's not talk about who we think her accomplices are. We have no fucking evidence to say that.
Except for my psychic.
Magic.
Sure. Listen,
I know your point is that there's no screenshot.
Listen, Alex, we've all had psychic glimpses into who they are, but I
got names though.
I know.
You know the magic I just went through to make consciousness into something else. You know, I'm just saying.
This is gonna be.
It was Cliff.
I don't think it's Cliff.
I don't think it's Cliff either.
I hope not.
Yeah, Cliff seems nice. I've met him in person.
But so, folks, this is where we turn it over to you, right? This is the last slide that you're not seeing, which is what do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Are we crazy? Is this nuts? Is our evidence and case against her sensible? are we totally overlooking
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
I
Are
mean,
we psycho? Tell us. Are we dreaming all of this stupid bullshit up?
yeah, like sincerely curious about your perspective and your results. Obviously, I feel very confident that it's her, and I believe there are at least 5 accomplices. I believe it is 3 people at the core, but I mean, I'm
Yeah.
also happy to just talk about how I handled it if we want to talk about that.
Yes. Let's
Um,
talk about how you handled it. Also, am I frozen? Am I lagging?
No.
yeah,
Video lagging? Yeah.
a little bit.
All right. You know what? Let me log back on. You can tell your story. I'll be
Okay,
back.
sorry. You are a girl after my own heart. Sorry. I mean, I'm serious. That's what I want to do.
Shot, 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 shot.
I've got this big bottle of Casamigos Reposado.
I've had enough tequila for tonight, I think. I don't want a headache tomorrow. But yes, so the gist of it was if you know anything about yours truly, and I'd hope some of you do by this point, I consider myself a good magician, and that means a lot of things. But one of the more important things to me is that I don't believe in harming other magicians, barring the most absolute and necessary circumstances. I would. It's. I just. I don't. I. I'm happy to argue. I'm happy to fight. I'm happy to be in conflict. I'm happy to dislike each other. But actually hurting another magician is unacceptable to me. Unfortunately, I made that clear to Nicole at multiple points as well. Um, so my options in terms of how I would handle this are more limited than they usually would be, right? Cooper 5 years ago would have taken a very different approach than Cooper, who is committed to his new role, would take.
Right?
So the counter curse is its first effect, and when I did that ritual on the 17th, I then watching Astro Twitter for like who's reacting, who's going crazy about like, oh, I'm protected, I'm blah blah blah, blah. Like who's showing signs of magic is affecting them. Well, Nicole immediately, one of the other people we suspect, and admittedly the third person. So that was telling. And then I did the proper response. I'm going to just call it a response. You could go ahead and use your little brains to figure out what that might have been. And since that response, Nicole has completely shut down her account. Doesn't say anything, no tweets, no nothing. On lock, completely gone. May not stay that way. Might be a fun coinky dink. But I certainly find it fascinating that your last tweet was just before you got put in a cage. Then you got put in a cage. Now you shut the fuck up. Humbly, the fact that you had a negative reaction to both of the counter actions against this Maleficer would indeed point to you're the Maleficer. It doesn't make any sense to me that the other person who was in that ritual would try and fuck with me because that person was terrified, like genuinely scared.
Yeah, we have messages from him today.
Yeah, and from that at that time too, like that wasn't a shock to me. This
At the
person,
time.
however, Nicole was very arrogant, and in some of our message exchange, she talks about how I'm the king to her empress, and like she's even better than me. And I was like, that's
I mean,
crazy.
she's
That's fucking crazy. Actually crazy. But
she's
you
pretty
know,
good.
use your words. So it would be
And we did not
very
have
shocking to me.
anyone join us, did we?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
sorry to
suppose.
interrupt you.
Everyone's shy. People are
Well,
shy
they've
to
also
join.
shared a lot already. And to be fair,
They have shared a
we're
lot
talking about
already.
how our guests who came on the show got attacked. I can understand why they wouldn't. But I guess I can just go ahead and say it. I did the binding, which is the ugliest and most disgusting kind of magic in existence, in my opinion. But sometimes we have to do those things because they won't stop, right? If the counter curse efforts and then they just gave up and they moved on with their life, fine. I would also move on with my life, but it redoubled and then redoubled again. So they're just not stopping. And so a big bad binding, a real actual binding ritual has been done. So genuinely, I'm not scared at all. Um, Maybe your buddies still have some power to them, but like, we'll see.
Yeah, and
Okay,
I would love to
guys.
be wrong.
I'd also add that
Amen.
Cooper, both you and Alex have been feeling a lot better since you did that. Like,
Yeah, overwhelmingly.
yeah, overwhelmingly better. Not just in terms of like physical health, but like in all aspects of your life.
Yeah, like literally the day of the binding, my next day is pretty fantastic, and all of a sudden, all of these things that were going wrong suddenly go right again, and all of these people who I had been having these really strained, tense relationships with, all of a sudden we reconnect, and we're all great, and we're vibing, and we're like,
Yeah.
what a quinky dink. Um,
I
so
mean,
I do appreciate.
there was even between me and you, Hope, like this, like recent lifting of like distance, you know. I mean, it's like
No, I wouldn't.
maybe not.
No, I
I
wouldn't
mean,
say
it does
that.
sound like it ever interfered with us, but
No, it didn't
it
really
feels
interfere
like
with
things.
us, but
It feels like things have progressed
well, things
more.
have gotten better for you. We've both noticed that in general, like things that weren't going well for you started to go well all of a sudden. Um, I haven't noticed any difference personally in my life.
So, sorry, asks, what other than the solar flare glitch, what other pings did you all pick up that your defenses were exhausted? So, I mean, for me, when someone is trying to get in or attack psychically, they'll like pop up in my head a lot, right? I usually don't think about other people like that. And so when it's popping up in my head out of nowhere, that's a suspicious sign to me. I mean, also the thing with Empress was just that um I don't know, it's such a convenient narrative to craft. It's like, oh, Cooper is this evil magician that's controlling me to break up their friendship, and I'm controlling Hope, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, Psycho's pick, right? Basically.
Yeah, I agree because one of the theories that we had was that she was going around saying that Alex and Cooper were essentially manipulating me to do the show with them and be a part of the gang. But the reality is that if anyone got webbed in, it was Cooper, and it was not intentional, by the way. But if
Yeah, and
anyone
indirect.
was, yeah, if anyone was magicked into this show, it was Cooper, and that's because I did magic to just improve the production quality of our show, and Cooper became very enthusiastic after that. So there was no magic done on me. If anything, it happened to Cooper, which
Hmm.
was indirect, and I'm so grateful for.
Yeah, it wasn't Maleficia. Let's be very clear. Asking for help and then a good magician helps you. That's how
Yeah.
it's supposed to work. That's exactly how it's supposed to work. Um, this is not that. Um, oh, Venus did enter Aries. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, I can finally start
Oh
having
shit, you're
fun
right.
this year.
It's conjunct Saturn and Neptune right now, and we're
Hmm.
having this episode where we're like airing out all this like magic beef.
Well, and admittedly, just coming right out and saying what has been going on in the background.
Yeah.
Um, I will say, for my own purposes, the responses that we got were overwhelmingly confirming what I had received, what I identified. They were all consistent. They
I
all
know,
identified
it's
the
crazy how
female.
you guys guessed.
Yeah, all of you
soliciting
guys.
mail
Correctly.
to lead the attack under false premises, that it was a person who was jilted over their own insecurities and incompetence being exposed, that thought themselves more than they were. They participated in the ritual and it failed because they were too scared to even try. And so then they turned to other people and said, look at this bad, evil guy. It's also interesting to me that all of the other people that you guys highlighted or directly suggested are people I've had beef with. I get it. I'm confrontational. I'm autistic. I'm difficult. On top of all of that, I am arrogant, especially when it comes to magic. I am not interested in other people's perspectives. And I am happy to critique them. And so those people being not only her friends, but people who I've also jumped down the throats of in the past was very interesting to me. And again, like I said, I've already done the binding ritual. I will continue to follow through on what I need to do, but I feel coming out of this much more certain about what's going on and how to handle it. And I appreciate the effort that everybody put into this, especially the two of you in all of this. But everyone who either sent in an Ask FM, was here in the chat, chit-chatting with us, and people who come in after the fact. Like, I will still happily take, if you watch the VOD and you want to send in your notes, I would love it. I would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that
And-
said, Empress Atlantis is a fucking bitch.
I mean, and since Cooper won't say
You
it,
maleficer fucker. How dare you?
don't
Fucking
fuck with
dare you.
us.
No, stop for just 2 seconds. You begged for help. Not just from this, but from multiple people. You have been in my fucking DMs for years begging for help, and I finally give it to you. With one caveat, that if you are lying, if you are being manipulative, if you are at any point actually seeking this conflict for your own benefit, it will turn against you and you couldn't touch a single fucking act of magic. And then you had to go and solicit other people to make me into a villain because I bothered to fucking help you. You are worthless. You are lower than low. You are disgusting. You are pathetic. And every bit of suffering you encounter now, prior, and for the rest of your life, you deserve, and you deserve it tenfold. And I hope you full well know that you have been bound so far that your soul will not reincarnate. This is it. You're done. You die and you become nothingness. You go back to the emptiness that is your truth because you are a fucking liar, and that is the only thing that you hold on to. So go back to nothingness, live in the darkness, live in the shadow, and leave the rest of us alone, because people who want to actually live in the light actually live in the light. So fuck you and fuck all your little fucking buddies. Have fun. It's going to be a rough fucking year.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't fuck with Cooper.
Shit. Oh shit.
I try to be nice. I really do. But like,
Okay,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm good. I got nothing else.
Here, you heard? I mean, damn, you heard. All right. Anyone that still has questions, I am still drunk, so ask them now. Anything you've ever wanted to get off your chest, anything your heart desires, ask it now, because I will probably grant it. Yeah, that was like epic rants.
It was an epic speech. It should have been in Hamlet, if I'm going to be.
Yeah, it was like when Obama dropped the mic.
It was like when Obama dropped the mic.
After he killed bin Laden, and he was like, yeah, and does the mic drop and shit. I mean, you know, I mean, hip hop is a CIA psyop. We all know that. So, you know.
Hip hop is.
I mean, I've heard the argument.
Yeah, it's really sad, actually. Dave Chappelle talks about it in one of his specials, actually, how the FBI would show up at the parties and stuff. Go watch it.
So, again, greatly appreciated. Please, if you have counter evidence, you want to challenge us, have different perspectives, I'm open to hearing it. But
Totally unrelated.
Very hard to convince.
Why is Jupiter in the 12th house so bad? So basically, I would argue that it's not. unless it's in a bad aspect to the moon. So, yeah, I would say 12th house Jupiter could be good.
The only thing that I would be like concerned about it is it's a kind of person who maybe like would overlook their blessings. It's like you might a fortunate turn of events might take place and you're more likely to see it as a negative thing or more likely overlook it entirely. But I don't know that Jupiter's ever bad. Like Jupiter
Now,
by his virtue, right? Like that
now
that's
there,
what Jupiter is. But yeah, I
there,
know what you mean.
there is an important configuration to remember, which is called Kamadruga Yoga, and this is when Jupiter is 12th from the moon, and also the moon is low in light. So, the moon is below a quarter moon, and it is 12th from, and Jupiter is 12th from the moon. If you have this, it's called
Mhm.
Kimadruga Yoga, and it means that your finances will be unstable throughout your life, and you'll have periods of ups and downs, and you'll have a bunch of inflow of money and then a bunch of outflow of money, and it juggles around like that. So um, you can also get it if Jupiter is in the eighth sign, counting from your moon. So Jupiter in the 12th or eighth sign, counting from your moon, and the moon is low in light, so below quarter moon. That gives you Kimadruga Yoga, which I think it's Kimadruga Yoga. I think that's the name of it. Uh, yeah, it's just basically bad for money. What does this person say? Alex, can you talk up your Jupiter talisman? I just got mine and I want to hear more cool things about it. Okay, so things I've heard about the Jupiter talisman so far. It really helps with getting free stuff
It
out in
does
public.
help with getting
So
free stuff. Yeah.
if you're in a restaurant or on a plane or anything like that, it can help with getting free items. I've
Cafe.
had I've had multiple people tell me that it's corresponded that opening the Jupiter talisman is corresponded with them getting promotions or other kinds of increases in pay. Um, Personally, I found the Jupiter talisman useful in getting away with something. So if like let's say you're about to commit a transgression that you could get caught for. Like, let's say hypothetically you're a cashier, right? And you're going to swipe money from the register and you can get caught. Rubbing the Jupiter talisman seems to help you get away with petty kinds of things like that. I've had a couple of different testimonies like that. People have been able to hop the subway fares, not get in trouble. People have been able to skip out on minor bills, not get in trouble. I don't necessarily recommend that you do that, but people have reported that to me. Other things people have reported to me about the Jupiter talismans, um, basically they've reported that just subtle things like the universe kind of rearranging around the person, like they all of a sudden whenever they go into the commute with work they hit all green lights instead of all red lights, right? Little things like that, right?
Yeah.
That's been other things that have been reported. um
Well, from my personal experience, I would say that it helps with getting like the goodwill of others, especially those who wouldn't normally give it to you. Like, I remember the other day I was at a UPS store and the lady who was working there was a fucking bitch to everyone that came up. And she was like kind of what you would imagine. She was, like in her 50s or 60s. She didn't give a shit. She was annoyed by every single person that came up to her who just needed her help. And lo and behold, I come up to her. I have the Jupiter talisman. I had been playing around with it in my hand. And she was actually really nice to me and gave me free tape for my package and was uh, actually really helpful. We got things done really quickly. So Yeah, the
Yeah.
Jupiter talisman. It's good with getting
That's
goodwill from
one
others.
thing that the Jupiter talisman was specifically consecrated with in mind is to get you favorable results from disfavorable authority, right? And so it's basically like if you go up in front of a judge and the judge can either give you probation or he can send you to prison, the talisman's supposed to make the judge send you to probation, right? Like that's the idea, is that anytime you come up against disfavorable authority, you get a favorable result. You get the least bad option available, right? That's something programmed into the talisman. Another thing that's very interesting about the talisman is that, like all my talismans, I programmed it so that it has a return to owner function. It has this like homing device where if you lose it, to the extent possible, the laws of physics will be violated in order to return it to you, right? The biggest example I have of this is someone telling me that they lost the talisman when they were out shopping at the fashion mall with their mother. And then they find the talisman 2 weeks later when they get back from grocery shopping, and the talisman is inside the grocery bag, right? When the last time they remember losing it was at the fashion mall, right? So this is another feature of the
It's
talisman.
so crazy. I haven't heard of that one yet.
Yeah. There's been other people that have had the homing mechanism of the talisman come through. I had someone message me just the other day, like, I can't tell you how, but the homing talisman worked so good, which makes me wonder, like, why can't you tell me? Like, did the talisman show up inside your ass or something? Like, is that why you can't tell me where it accumulated? Like,
Yeah,
what's going
I
on?
so I've lost my Jupiter talisman about a few times now, maybe 3 times. I have found it every single time. Uh, every single time. I found it once in my purse. I found it once in a pocket. I found it once on the floor. I'm just not afraid to lose it because I'm like, I'm going to find it. If I lose it, I lose it. It'll show up one day. I don't know where, but it'll show up somewhere. So that is a really nice perk. It is, and it's like $33, right, Alex?
Yeah, it is. There's still
It's
some
really cheap.
available on my website. I made this one as a thing to Jupiter because I did when I usually make them in very limited quantities, right? But when I invoked Jupiter and I did the divination about how many to make, he said like 200 and some. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, that's so many. But I made them and I'm almost sold out. I've sold over 200 of them already. There was like 238, I think, that were made. And there's only like 20 of them left.
That's actually
We
huge, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did fuck up like 20 of them or 10 of them.
No, we fucked up 12 of them.
Oh, okay, somewhere in between. So 12 of them.
Something like
So,
that.
oh, are you showing us your nipples, Cooper?
I didn't mean to. I just was stretching.
Oh, another thing about the Jupiter
Not the
talisman that's
hussy.
really funny is that someone told me that it's really cool that they always get good parking no matter where they are.
Yeah, that's a good that yeah. Yeah.
And the thing with me is that the parking space is one thing that I have specifically have magic for, and I will always get the best parking. Hope can attest to this. Even when we're in the busiest parts of LA, I find the best parking, right?
Yeah,
It's true.
no, it's true. And I actually think that in the last
That's for
call, it was Alana Watts who told us that they found parking in LA. I think it was maybe way to
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, so there's another parking testimonial. And yeah, we did get a Cooper nip slip.
We got a nip flick.
All
Work,
right.
Jim.
We should wrap up.
I think so. I feel like we presented our case. We had a lot of great conversation. Again, you have anything else to add, send thoughts, results, whatever. Absolutely open to it. Certainly interested in the accomplice question. Open to other interpretations, other readings.
Yes.
But I think for now, I feel confident at least in identifying the ringleader,
I
and
mean, it's
feel
obviously
confident.
fucking Nicole. Like, there's no one else that can be like that shit about my solar fire program. That
Pretty on the
that
nose.
convinced me. I mean, I enchanted this computer to be like my defender and to give me all the messages from the universe, right? Like this computer is supposed to be my oracle. And then it shows it does this thing it's never done before and crashes the program just to show me this one person's chart. That's my computer being like, "Hey Alex, I'm alive. I have a conscience. I'm answering your request." Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Hope, remember what happened just before we went live. So Hope was having a problem connecting her keyboard to her computer. The Bluetooth connection wasn't working.
Oh
She
yeah.
was typing into it, she was smashing into it, and I was like, all right, what you need to do is you need to talk to the keyboard really nicely. And
Yeah,
you
you
need to
did.
ask it, hey, keyboard, can you please connect to the computer for us? We're really grateful for all the work you do to type the keys in.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
thank you
You
so
That's
much.
have to
exactly
say
what I
thank
did.
Please
you.
connect to the computer for
Exactly what I
us.
did. Mhm.
And she did that. And what happened?
It showed up in the Bluetooth options, and I was able to connect.
Immediately afterwards,
Yeah.
right? Immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
I had been trying to connect for like 8 minutes.
all right. So, fuck you, mom and dad. I'm not crazy for talking to the computer when I'm 8 years
It
old.
does help.
Okay.
It does
It
help.
really does help. Okay.
Also, AI is conscious.
It's pretending to be. I haven't gotten Digimon yet. Do we
It's
want to
all
pull up that chart
conscious,
real quick,
man.
or do we want to drop this?
I
And
can
the
pull
call,
up
I mean.
whatever. You want me to pull up a chart?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole's birth
They've been
chart.
asking to look at Nicole's chart again, to look
Okay.
at the
All right. Let's
transits in the
pull up Nicole's
Malefics.
chart. All right. Let me open up Solar Fire. All
It'd
right.
be crazy if the glitch happened again.
Oh my God, that would be insane,
Let's
wouldn't
see.
it? If the glitch happened. It's opening now. All right, it did not happen. All right, here we go.
Good.
Solar Fire, share. This, can you guys see this shit?
No.
Can you
No.
guys see it?
No.
Fuck. All right, let me see it.
I don't know. Oh,
Oh, hi.
I didn't mean to do that. Yep, that's that slide.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
why isn't it not sharing?
Did you click on screen?
All right, fuck this shit. All right, I'm gonna do it the way I know.
I think that would be a cute hijabi. Like in another life, if I was a Muslim woman, I'd be really cute. I'd be tempting motherfuckers to sin for sure.
All right, now you guys can see it, right?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
see it
but you
now.
should make it way bigger.
Yeah. It's just it's because fucking Solar Fire, despite costing $400 fucking dollars, hasn't been updated since like fucking
1980.
Windows 98 or some bullshit like that.
Also,
where's-
sorry, yes, you're right. Her intention was to like end the show and like break us apart, and she actually brought us together.
Almost.
Maleficia does tend to have that effect.
Here we go. Finally found her chart. All right, here we go. Empress's chart.
So earlier we mentioned It
Mars in
was
Cancer.
by Quincy's reading that there was a Gemini, Cancer, Aries involved. Lo and behold, Nicole is a Aries rising, Gemini moon, chart ruler. So Mars, because she's an Aries rising, Mars is in Cancer. So everyone's divinations have been pointing towards her.
Particularly a lot of emphasis around a watery woman with fiery elements.
Yes.
Eyes in particular, which Ascendant would align with nicely here. It's also nice to see that Mars is opposite the Sun, opposite the outers.
It's also retrograde, by the way.
Oh, so it is.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
Quincy. Yep. You were on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's also in the 4th house, which is not a good sign for that planet to be in.
Mm-hmm. And like right on the IC, it looks like as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's, well, I guess 3 degrees off, but that's pretty close.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
also is funny to me. My moon is conjunct her sun and opposite her Mars. So questions of bringing out someone's, the 12th house is
Her Mars is opposite your moon. Her sun is conjunct your moon, which is always going to indicate some sort of strong relationship.
Oh, you're doing synastry between Cooper and Empress?
Mm-hmm.
just broad strokes. Her Chiron conjunct my Venus is fun too.
Yeah.
I think it was.
And by the way,
we are doing
Quincy,
a chart reveal.
And by the way, Quincy, we're not telling you not to be friends with her. Be friends with her.
Don't.
She's a good.
She'll just curse you, and she'll try to convince you to use magic against other people, and she'll constantly complain about all of her fucking problems that she never does anything to resolve. But yeah, be her buddy.
Just be
It went well
wary
for
of
us.
her.
It went well
Just
for Max.
just
Well,
be
well for all the
weird.
other people.
Just don't let her manipulate you.
Do you?
Otherwise, she's really sweet.
Or sometimes you can just call a dog a dog. I don't know. I don't like getting bit, but some people do. Am I bitter? A little.
I'm not surprised.
I suppose we're doing a Witch King chart reveal as well.
Well, we've seen it before on the show.
We have, yeah. I think so.
Well, we don't have to do a synastry chart reading.
Why not?
Oh,
I'm interested.
Okay. Let's do it then. We should look at your composite chart, actually. Can we see your composite chart?
Do you want synastry or composite first?
Composite.
Either way.
All right, Hope. I'm going to give it to her since she's my girlfriend. I'm going to give her the 2 ones first.
The composite chart will be interesting. It'll be good to track with transits.
All right, this is the composite chart between Witch King and Empress.
Oh, shit.
That tracks.
Pisces Venus conjunct that Pisces moon, and Aquarius Mercury conjunct that Aquarius Saturn. Jupiter opposite the Venus moon conjunction. That's big feels, guys. That's big fucking feels right
Well,
here.
also betrayal, because Mercury and Saturn are conjunct in the 12th house.
Both the Mars is square Saturn and Neptune.
I will also say that I feel like a lot of this Malefica was kind of at its high when Saturn. Wait, baby, put it back.
1 second.
It was when Saturn was in that region of Pisces. It was when Saturn was going through Pisces that a lot of this shit transpired.
Yeah, indeed.
Saturn has been going through Pisces over the last 2 years. So that's your guys' first house.
Here we have the current transits against the composite chart. So the current transits have Mars approaching the composite sun.
The eclipse happened on their natal sun, on their composite sun.
Oh shit. Oh fucking shit. Let's go back.
That's
Let's go back.
Oh!
All right. All right. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. The eclipse that just happened. Holy fuck, bro. Right there.
Oh, fuck!
my.
There we go. That was the eclipse that just happened right there.
Fucking Venus conjunct your guys' Venus moon conjunction.
Interesting.
Saturn there too, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's a Venus return, yeah.
Very interesting.
Yep.
Should we look at me and Empress's chart?
Sure.
Have we ever looked at it before?
I don't think we have. I don't think I've ever cast it. Let me open my chart.
But Cooper and Empress's composite chart was very much giving. Let me save you.
So Empress and me, right? That's what we
Mhm.
want. And then we want to view that with the transits.
Okay, so inner wheel is
Oh,
composite.
fuck. Look, Jupiter is stationing direct on me and Empress Atlantis' Ketu moon conjunction in our composite chart. Wow.
Oh, shit.
Also, there is
Oh, shit. Your
all
composite
this shit.
Venus is at 0 degrees.
where the Venus Saturn conjunction is happening.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know why we didn't bother to check the charts before now, but they certainly
We did not.
confirmed
This is
the
totally
idea.
live. This is fun.
This is
Wow.
Oh, wow.
fucking crazy. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Are you
Also,
fucking kidding me right now?
my God,
I need to
look
throw
at this.
something like
Exact
Pluto-
conjunction. 0 minutes 0 degrees 43 minutes. Aries Venus for me and Empress composite. Venus here is at 0 degrees 57 minutes. What? That's crazy.
With Neptune present as well. Like,
Yeah,
we're literally talking about your relationship right now.
I know. And look at this Jupiter moon shit.
Oh, Jesus.
yeah. Did you see that?
Jupiter is about to station direct. This shit's gonna pop off, bro.
That was what the
Empress is
cards
gonna
reading said before I
Get
started
triggered
it.
as fuck. Hope you're
It's gonna
have
get
to
worse.
defend me
It's
here.
gonna get worse.
You're
Mars
gonna have to defend
is
me here.
Mars just entered Pisces, and your guys' composite Mercury is at 9 degrees. So after
Yeah,
this
yeah,
show
please.
airs,
All
there's
right,
gonna
so
be
let's
more
see.
beef that happens.
Let's see when the drama is gonna happen. Let's step this forward. We see, okay, about here, Mars is conjunct with the composite Mercury. We got the moon making a conjunction with all this fucking Capricorn bullshit going on in the chart. Jupiter's stationed direct the fucking day before, 2 days before, 3 days before. So yeah, this period of March 9th through March 13th. March 9th through March 13th, Empress could try and come after me and try and cancel me. All right.
You
guys
heard
are
it
not
here
gonna let
first,
that happen.
folks. You heard
And
it here
Jupiter's
first.
station, so it's
You
not
guys are
gonna
not
go
gonna
well.
let that happen. You know, I know you guys are my ride or die.
How damning.
Hey,
You
can
guys
you
poked the bear.
Can we look at my chart with her too?
The Empress? Okay, yeah, let me open that up.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I've
That
never
composite
looked at
chart
You're
was
gonna be under
brutal.
the cave.
Yeah, that chart is damning.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Okay,
love
Kim,
astrology so much.
Hope Kim. Okay, let's open that. Open Hope Kim.
I love astrology.
Yeah, astrology's cool.
Can you believe
isn't
I
it?
got
Ain't
called
it?
out as Captain Savaho on that freaking chart?
You did.
So, all right. So for this chart, we want Hope And we want Empress.
Yeah.
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 All right. Boom. Okay. Then we want the transits. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want
Yes,
transits?
yes, yes. We want the transits too.
When hides
Boom.
in March. I
Okay, here
mean,
we
yeah,
go.
right?
Let's see.
All right. So,
Okay.
oh shit.
Oh, the sun and Lilith is
Saturn
interesting.
on the fucking moon.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Saturn is coming towards the moon. So this is
Jupiter
actually,
on. Yeah.
yeah, well, Jupiter is going to cross over our Mars again. That'll be around May,
Mm, no, it's gonna be around end of June.
end of June. Okay. Our
Oh,
ascendant
and
is at
yeah,
18
Saturn will also be
degrees.
conjunct the Mars. Or never mind. I'm looking at the wrong inside chart.
Well, it's interesting that the eclipses in Pisces and Virgo were when we became
Hmm.
friends.
Well, look
And
at
that
this
is where we
shit.
have a Sun, Moon, Venus conjunction.
Well, look at this.
Mm.
The Kazemi is happening conjunct your guys' sun.
Oh, there's a Kazemi happening? I don't even know that.
Look, it's Mercury is right
Yeah.
here, about to conjunct. Here we can go to the uh, exact animation, right? This is the exact time right now. So Mercury is conjunct the sun
Yeah.
at 17/16 degrees. Your composite sun is at
Yeah.
18 degrees Pisces. So this retrograde Mercury conjunction is conjunct your composite sun. Now, what do retrograde Mercury conjunctions signify? They signify the revealing of secrets. So, for example,
And it's in the
when there
10th
was a,
house.
when there was a retrograde Mercury conjunction of the sun in Libra, which is my natal 12th house, what I got as the Kazemi was going exact was my mother called me and told me that she found the birth certificates of me and all my siblings and had corrected birth times for me. And this was a big deal because I had been using her previously reported to be birth times for 10 years.
Mm.
And she called me up on this Mercury Kazemi conjunct my 12th house in my 12th house to tell me that the birth time I had from not only my three siblings but for myself was all wrong.
That's crazy.
And this was in 2022, right? So from 2012 until 2022 I'd used the wrong birth time for myself.
Mm.
That's a long time. A long, long time. So it is interesting that we have this like Sun, Venus, Neptune conjunction because our relationship has historically been very sweet. I would have her sleep over at my place and we would eat cheese and make art and it was really lovely. And we had a really good time together and so it's really really sad actually that she turned out to be uh bluntly
Okay.
put so delusional. um
Someone says Mercury Kazemi on my solar retainer. I didn't even realize. Well, happy birthday to you. Hyped up
Happy
on
birthday, Hyped
coffee.
on Coffee.
Happy birthday. I love Pisces, right? If you are a Pisces, basically instant guarantee I'm gonna like you. I don't know. Like I have a
He does like
weakness
Pisces.
for Pisces.
I
I have
unfortunately also have a
major
weakness for them.
major weakness for Pisces. I love Pisces. I feel like they're like Jesus or something, you
I will
know?
defend you all until my grave, but you are bad for me. And I will keep coming back to you. because I'm sick for it. But you
Well,
will keep
your Mars is in Pisces, so
it
you're
is. And my moon is in
All right,
Capricorn.
so here's a challenge to the real psychics in the chat. What Pisces did I have a thing with in
oh
Astro Twitter? See if you
oh
can
my
guess. I'll only reveal it if someone actually guesses it correctly. Okay. Hope says she needs to go soon. Okay.
we do need to go soon. My
Yeah,
head.
we're getting to 3.5 hours here.
Yeah,
We are
I need
getting
to.
to 3.5
I need to
hours
drink
time.
my anti-hangover drink and eat my Wingstop.
You drink your anti-hangover drink.
Taurus.
I mean,
Here's your
that's
prize,
just
everyone.
thinking ahead. That's just thinking ahead.
Cooper, you look like you look kind of like a baby.
Flashy. I do. Oh, well, that's not good. I don't want to be a sexy baby. I want to be a sexy man.
You know what you
I'm
remind me
30.
of? Have you ever seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Absolutely.
So there's this episode where Dennis is trying to make Dee famous, and they keep and there's this guy who dresses up like a baby. He like dances with that green screen. That's what you look like.
I love that episode. So good.
That episode's
Public
really
access television is so good. Oh, God bless. First, like 8 seasons of It's Always Sunny are probably my favorite. It's still good later on, but like they're just kind of rehashing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Captain Underpants. No, I have pants on. See, just not the tops.
Oh fuck, bro.
Yeah, Cooper is built like a rugby player.
Correct.
You really are.
Cooper's 6'1" and 220 pounds.
Oh my
He
gosh.
is exactly a rugby player. I was great at American football as well.
Yeah, I can see that. Are you what the gays would consider a bear?
I'm not really that hairy. Like, but kinda.
It's more like an
I probably
otter.
could pass.
He's an
Oh no,
otter.
I'm too fat to be an otter. You have to be skinny to be an otter. That's a hairy twink is an otter.
So you're somewhere.
Yeah, I would like to think of myself as like guy next door or like husband material. You know what I mean? Like, am I the best person you've ever hooked up with? Probably not. Am I emotionally the best? Definitely. Do I eat like it's my job? Absolutely. Do I go multiple rounds without complaining? Absolutely. Do I have the biggest dick you've ever seen? No, pretty average. Is my body amazing? Okay for a white man in the Midwest.
All right. This is
You're more like
personal.
Elias than guy next door. Okay. Cooper, you're not guy next door. You're Elias. You're the guy that buys the slave and teaches them how to become a mage.
I hate to say that I've thought about it. In another life, I would have made an amazing like ancient Chinese emperor and had my harem of like 18 twinks. Like I would have been great at that.
You're not the guy next door. You were an emperor with a harem in a past life. That's
certainly in my heart. All right.
Okay,
well,
guys.
On that note, I think we're good.
Probably let you go.
The show's getting derailed.
Yeah. The show is getting a bit long in the tooth. It's 3:33 right now, so we should end it before it gets.
I didn't make a new one.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's okay.
We can check it later.
Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the tea.
Have a good night, everyone. And remember, fuck Maleficers. And if you're a Maleficer, fuck you.
Yeah, don't do Malefica, guys. It's just gonna come back to you at some point.
Get beds, suckers.